Jam on Highway 280 right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham. We got now.
All right, final segment of the show. Did you see the betting odds for the NBA championship? Boston now minus 150 to win it.
But Lance gave me the Eastern Conference yesterday. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, Boston's going to sail through this.
Yeah, but just to win the overall NBA title now, it's Boston minus 150, Minnesota plus 270, Dallas plus 500, and Indiana plus 2,800, which shows you your point on just the Eastern Conference Finals. It's heavy Boston.
Look, if you like offense, you're going to love this Eastern Conference Finals. You got the two top offensive teams in the NBA. I mean, the Pacers had the sixth most points in NBA history. So you're going to get a lot of offense there. But I do think the winner of T-Wolves / Mavericks, the Western Conference Finals, which start up tomorrow night, I think one of those two teams could give Boston a little trouble.
Especially the T-Wolves, who are back after a big Game 7 win, knocking out the defending champs. So one more thought on the Atlanta Braves before we leave after LT tells us about Odie's.
Odie's Tavern, tomorrow night will be Team Trivia, the original location in Crestline. But it's always a good time just to stop in and enjoy great food from Rodney Davis, the great burgers, sandwiches like the Diablo sandwich, ice-cold buckets full of beer, full of that Bud Light. Tomorrow night is Team Trivia. Every Friday it's Saturday's live music. Stop in, the original location in Crestline, now one in Edgewood, right there at the corner of Oxmoor and Broadway. Get in and see Will Avery and that great staff, Odie's Tavern.
By the way, Rafael Devers of the Red Sox tied a record with a home run yesterday. 6 straight games he's now homered in. That's a Red Sox record. The Major League record is only 8. So he's got to do it 2 more times, and he's playing the Tampa Bay Rays.
I remember Don Mattingly giving this a run. And Mattingly wasn't a big home run guy, but he got to 6 or 7, I think. Who's got the record?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Probably somebody like Brady Anderson or somebody like that.
I mean, Brady hit a bunch in 1 year.
But 8 is the Major League Baseball record, 8 consecutive games. Rafael Devers likely in the lineup again tonight, Red Sox and Tampa Bay Rays. You Braves fans, with all this dispute going on, you get to see your team tonight. Braves and Cubs in Wrigley, 6:40 on TBS. It's so weird how the Braves are 9 games above 500, but perceived to be underachieving right now. Meanwhile, the Cubs are 2 back of Milwaukee and seem to be overachieving.
But I asked Lance this yesterday. Did you, just in the preseason, did you think there was ever a day you would look up and the Braves are 5 back in their own division?
Nope.
I didn't either.
That's how good the Phillies are playing.
And I know it's just May, so that doesn't matter, but I just did not think it would happen to them this year.
Buster back on the show Thursday, coming up at 10:25 Thursday. Can't wait till Buster returns to talk a little baseball. Baseball continues all weekend. SEC baseball tournament out in Hoover. And we'll jump back into a lot of your college football news again tomorrow. Don't forget the Meltdown later today. Tim Melton, John Lunsford host our daily pop culture podcast live at 2 Central and always on demand. And a new live show Thursday of the Pennant Grace, Emily Grace McWhorter and Josh Sisk. Is that his real name?
It is, yes.
Wherever you get your podcasts, and always at Disrupt the Media on YouTube. Like and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com.
Hang out with the Next Round on the go. Whether you're driving to work, running errands, sitting on the beach, or you just need a break from the real world, we can keep you company. Check out the Next Round, Mystery Fifth Hour, and our other shows on your favorite podcast app. We'll meet you there.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Live show now on a Thursday after trivia last night and another crazy night at the SEC baseball tournament. We'll talk about that in a second. But boy, LT and I overshot the runway when it comes to those Friday night NFL Fox games. I was expecting some juicy ones, some good ones, and it was, I wrote down here, how did I describe it?
Shetty?
Blah.
Meh.
I got mine right.
Meh.
You asked for a game prediction.
Purdue and Oregon.
Purdue and Oregon is
You
on
got
the. Nobody predicts Friday night Fox
Like
football games
Brown.
like me.
Before you unveil them, all on main Fox. And I will tell you, even though they're crappy games, I'll watch them because they're Friday night games.
Yep.
They're conference games. And it will lead to the Big Ten being part of the conversation as you go to bed Friday night. And as you wake up on Saturday mornings, it'll get the Big Ten conversation going. So it's a brilliant move by Fox and the Big Ten because these games will get lost on a Saturday.
If anybody ever wants to argue, though, who the dominant conference is, I think everybody knows the only one that would stand on the hill and fight for it would be the Big Ten, that they're better than the SEC. But the SEC is never going to have this crap slate on a Friday night.
I think if ESPN came to the SEC and said, we have an idea, Friday night football, I think Greg Sankey would say, take that to Big Ten.
Yeah.
We're not doing Friday. I don't think you do it in the South. I'm a little surprised at some of these markets they're actually doing it in.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Big Ten's doing it. Like, if I was the Big 12, I'd be fighting for Friday nights.
They got a couple on there, but not a ton.
So you're saying they wouldn't do the Friday nights because of the way it interferes with high school?
Yeah, I think high school football is too much of a institution in the SEC footprint, and I've always felt like the SEC schools respected that. I mean, the last thing these SEC schools want to do is piss off a high school coach.
That's right.
Because, I mean, imagine, so Georgia is a recruiting hotbed. A recruiting hotbed. Maybe the best state to recruit in the country. Imagine if the SEC played Georgia, South Carolina on a Friday night in Athens. Do you know how pissed the Georgia high school football coaches would be? Yeah. How much that hurts their gait, hurts attention that their team is getting. I mean, they would be so upset, and Kirby would have to deal with that. I mean, Kirby becomes the face of that then, not the SEC. It's like, Kirby, why are y'all playing games on Friday night? And he's got to say, it's not my decision.
Well, and another thing is, sometimes on a Friday night home game, where's your assistant coaches?
They're out recruiting.
They're out watching the high school games on Friday nights. So that hurts a little bit.
And it's not traditional. Like, you guys remember when, because I was in Auburn for this, I think the year was 92, 93 when Kentucky came to Auburn on a Thursday night. And we went from Tuscaloosa over there, and it just didn't feel right. Like, if I'm an Auburn, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee fan, and I'm playing on a Thursday or Friday night, it's just not tradition.
Yeah. So keep that tradition in mind. You tell me how many times you see Ohio State and Michigan on this screen.
I told you that's who you wouldn't see. I told you wouldn't see those names.
Here's the list. Fox College Football Friday. All of these are on main Fox now.
Yep.
I thought some would slide in on FS1, but apparently the World Series is not going to be played on Fox on Friday night.
Yeah, and I really believe their first game is probably their best.
No, that's a good game.
Arizona, Kansas State. Not a conference game there. It is a conference game. It's just not a Big Ten game. It's a Big 12 game. But that's their first Friday night coming up on September 13th. Illinois, Nebraska. Could be a good game.
That was one I was surprised by. I don't know how big high school football in Nebraska is, but I've always thought, Nebraska's got a small town, small communities. I've always thought high school football is pretty big there.
It is.
Washington and Rutgers, Michigan State and Oregon. If Michigan State's good, you get an Oregon home game. Northwestern and Maryland. Oregon and Purdue, the one Brown got right. That he called that would be the game.
Yep, I don't know why that jumped out to me, but it jumped out to me. Oregon at Purdue just seemed like a Friday night game.
LT and I both picked a USC home game. Neither one of us picked Rutgers at USC being there.
By the way, that is a 10 Central kick. Yeah. It's got 11 p.m. right there. All those times are Eastern, right? Yeah. Or the one I'm looking at. I'm sorry, I'm looking at a different thing. That is a 10 Central kick.
That could be after a World Series game.
10 Central, Lance. Yeah. Your Trojans.
I don't mind it. I'm up that late on Fridays anyway.
That's true.
Iowa, UCLA.
Pretty good game.
Yeah.
UCLA and Washington, old Pac-12 after dark. Purdue, Michigan State, and then what could be a really good game in the Big 12 to end it. The two Big 12 games are really good.
Yep.
Utah and UCF could be a first spot in the Big 12 championship.
You
game.
said talking about tradition and no Ohio State or Michigan.
That's right.
Well, they almost classify USC as that team because, look, Oregon's got multiple games. Washington's got multiple games. UCLA's got multiple games. USC only got one Friday night game. I'm happy about that.
6 Big 10 with 2 Friday games, 12 teams total. So there are a handful, and there's no Penn State up there either, is there?
I didn't see a Penn State.
No
game
Wisconsin, no Penn State.
Yeah. So there's 4 instantly right there.
A couple things jump out at me. First of all, Oregon, and I don't know that this matters, but they are a national championship contender, and they are playing 2 Friday night games. I don't guess it really matters. I mean, with the college football playoff, if you win your conference, you get a top 4 seed.
No, but we've all watched over the years back in the day when one loss would derail you.
Yeah.
You just look on a schedule.
Oregon at Purdue scares me to death.
Oregon at Purdue just looks like one of those places on October the 18th that you would go into and catch a rainy night.
Or something.
On a Friday.
Yeah, it's a weird setting.
Where they can outscore them 41-38.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 Oregon Friday night games just to magnify where everybody can see for themselves Dan Lanning in-game coaching and how disastrous it can be.
When I first saw Rutgers at USC, I did not see a kick time, and my assumption was they were going to do the 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock kick time, which would have been 5 Pacific. I'm like, Rutgers in the Coliseum at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, there will be 4 people there. That will be a terrible crowd.
So now they'll
but they
be
are
12.
doing it late. Yeah, there'll be 12 now.
Yeah. Brett says, I will watch 0 Friday night Fox games.
I bet Brett's lying about
Brett's
that.
lying.
He'll be at a truck stop somewhere to be on.
Yeah. Mountain West Championship game is a Friday night game as well. By the way, it's CBS, I think, has the Big Ten championship game.
Did I
see that?
And I think that was part of their new deal.
And
I think it rotates.
It's going prime time with it. Out of the
well, that's where they've had it, prime time.
I
Fox
know,
had it prime
but
time.
their CBS
out of the
used to be
2:30,
the SEC was the 3 o'clock. I think they kicked it.
I don't know. I never knew why they moved that time.
I know scheduling is really, really difficult, getting all the logistics straight. But they start out with their best, and you would think that they would build this thing up a little bit. And it's Friday the 13th, by the way. But that's by far, at least on paper, going into the season, best game, Arizona at K-State.
Yeah, well, that's 2 Big 12 games. So the Big 10 schedule, which they were banking on here, it's where the big money's being paid. They didn't put a lot of great games in there. They've saved that for their windows. I learned a little bit more. I don't know if Clad ever texted you back on how the process went. They were not drafting games on that draft. You were drafting days that you get your first selection.
So in a sense, you are drafting games, though, because you're looking at the schedule and okay, Ohio State, Michigan's on this day, so I want first selection that day.
But on his podcast, the big one that was being debated was the standalone day was Ohio State at Oregon. And then there was one day that had 2 really good games. Ohio State at Penn State and another game, I think USC at Michigan. And so the big debate, he was discussing this, and Klatt in his podcast discussed that he was in the war room with he was thankful that Fox let him prepare.
Well, they'd be idiots not to.
And he and the guy who was making the decision were on the podcast talking about it. And he's like, what do you do here when there's only one marquee game, and it's a big one, Ohio State at Oregon? But if we pick that game, we'll have to adjust our Saturday because there's no way we're going to play that at 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is where we have carved out the biggest audience in college football. We'd have to sort of adjust everything and make Gus and Klatt do that game later in the day, maybe a prime time game. Or do we take a traditional game, USC Michigan or Ohio State at Penn State, and make that keep our big noon kickoff? So they were debating that. They didn't make an announcement on which ones they picked yet, but they were talking about the process of how you do it, which way you do it.
I would take Ohio State, Oregon, and play it whenever I need to play it. That's going to be a top 5 TV game this year.
Yeah,
Ohio State, Michigan will be number 1. There'll be some SEC games in there. I would say it might be your second most watched Big Ten game outside of the conference championship games, your Big Ten regular season game this year.
Yeah, you forget the TV ratings just on one that could impact,
You can make an argument it's the biggest game of the Big Ten this year, right? Ohio State. And by the way, there's a good chance it's just a preview.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tell me Ohio State and Oregon meet in Indianapolis, I'm like, yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah, and it could have more national championship impact than any other game in the Big Ten this year, and maybe any other game in college football.
I would say this. Well, no. I was going to say if Ohio State beats Oregon twice, but Oregon's still in the playoffs. That's what's crazy about this. This 12-team playoff. There's zero chance Oregon to miss the playoffs with 2 losses
Unless
to Ohio
they lose
State.
on Friday night at Purdue.
Well, that would be an issue.
I really do wonder how deep it gets with multiple losses on teams from conferences that get in. Because we've said it before. I mean, I think there'll be a 3-loss SEC team in.
Yeah, I just think the SEC and the Big Ten are not going to allow a system in which we put our best 2 teams in our conference championship game. We don't have divisions anymore. And a loss in that conference championship game cost us a spot in the playoffs? No, ma'am. I mean, they are not going to accept that. I don't know why it was a female they were saying no to, but they said no, ma'am to it. And they are not going to accept that. I mean, they're the power brokers of college football. They're going to say, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played in our conference championship game. They are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
almost automatically.
Yes.
Win or lose in that game. You're playing for seeding only.
Well, that was the whole point of doing away with divisions and going your best 2 games in the conference championship game. So you got to protect. If you're going to get 2 teams in, it's got to be the 2 teams that played in your conference championship game.
More TV stuff here in this opening segment after I tell you about our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. So thankful for these folks. Leslie and her board-certified team, you will be too. If you're trying to jumpstart weight loss, if you're trying to control blood pressure or cholesterol numbers, Way to Wellness can help you out. Leslie is that very intelligent, smart, good-looking woman right there who's walking our next round crew through the whole process at Way to Wellness. You can do that too. It's a free consultation just to find out what it's all about. It's her business, and it thrives, and it works. People ask me all the time, this Way to Wellness, does it really work? Yeah, it's safe. You're not taking a drug. You're eating differently. They designed a plan for you. They've got some medications and stuff that can help you if you need that. For me, it was about blood pressure and cholesterol numbers, and it helped with that. You can find out everything you need to know by just going to their website, aplanforme.com. Schedule that free, no-cost consultation right there. There's no contracts and no sign-up fees, so no out-of-pocket money just to find out what it's all about, and then you can stop anytime you want. The guys with the Meltdown, Lunsford and Melton, are doing it as well. You can hear more about it on their show, 2 o'clock Central this afternoon. It's our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. News comes out yesterday. We sort of said this was going to happen. ESPN was paying so much money for the college football playoffs, so many games, that it would be smart on their part to get the deal and then sublease it to some of the other people at a premium price. Turns out the other people is TNT. The TNT is going to broadcast college football playoff games starting this year, and it's a 5-year deal with ESPN to sublease these games. It'll be ESPN produced with ESPN personalities, though.
Yeah, that's key to me. When I saw this come out, this is not a huge surprise. I think everybody thought this was going to happen.
I mean, who would the TNT guys be?
That's right.
And I don't think we've seen TNT, the graphics on a football game, since the early to mid-'90s on that Sunday night game.
The NFL game?
Yeah.
Thursday I brought it up the other day. It was Joe Theismann, Mike Patrick, and Paul McGuire used to do that game on TNT. It was no surprise that ESPN's leasing this out because ESPN paid a ton of money. And a lot of people in the industry are like, they can afford to do it, but it makes a lot of sense for them to lay off some of these games to other people. It's just an easy way for them to make money. And my only concern was, does TNT just scramble together and put together a ragtag group that, I don't know if you guys remember this well.
Now you got to give Ernie some work. What's Ernie going to be doing?
I know exactly what you're about to say.
So when Fox got the BCS contract, and a lot of people forget this, for a minute, because this is before Alabama and Auburn were playing the BCS championship game, for a minute, Fox had the rights to the BCS. And all year long, you'd have ESPN doing games with Fowler and Herbstreit at the time. You'd have CBS with Vern and Gary. You'd have ABC. I mean, you'd have all the crews you were comfortable with, and then you would get to the most important games of the year, and Fox would go get all their NFL announcers and piece together, a college and NFL crew, and they were awful. It's like you had Barry Alvarez And I love Charles Davis, but Charles is working with guys he's never worked with, right? And you had Howie Long doing games, and I'm like, has Howie Long watched a college game all year? That guy's doing NFL all
Chris
the time.
Mortensen was on the sidelines.
Not Chris Mortensen.
Chris Myers.
Chris Myers. Because
he was there when Oklahoma and Boise State.
Yeah, I mean, it was the famous,
ladder.
the famous Oklahoma Boise State game, and you had all these crews that had never worked together, and it just didn't feel like I was watching college football. It was weird.
Yeah,
and I didn't want TNT to do that, so I'm glad they're using ESPN's announcers.
Yeah, and they'll produce it, so they've, they also make a little bit of money off of this, and with the production, their announcers are going out. And then TNT will be the platform for that. TNT's growing in the sports world, and they'll handle the streaming and everything in that. That's pretty important. For the first year or two, they will get 2 first-round games only, the 2 on-campus games. Then after that, in 2026, 27, and 28, TNT will get 2 first-round and 2 quarterfinal games. That'll happen in this deal as they get the sub-license there from ESPN and TNT Sports teaming up there.
It's weird. It's going to be the first round games. I'm most excited about these on-campus games.
I am too.
Are you?
Just because we've never seen it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm far more excited about the on-campus games. The rest of the playoffs just going to feel like they always have.
And I just hope weather is a factor.
It probably will be in the Big Ten game, whoever their second team is.
And you guys still believe complete hard sellouts in every one of them?
100%. Yep. You'll have, what are there?
I mean,
6 on-campus games, is that right?
You will have
no, you've got 8 teams, 4 on-campus games.
Yeah, so
100%
you give
out.
me the worst case possibility of a first round on-campus
game. You want to use the rankings from last year?
Give me last year's rankings. Give me group of 5 at number 5. So this would have been somebody at Florida State.
Is Florida State going to be healthy?
It doesn't matter. Florida State
They would have sold it out.
They would have sold it out.
Yeah, they would have been in the playoffs. They would have sold it out. Give me 1 second. Rankings.
It would have been.
If you'll give me a second, I'll have
Who's the group of 5 team that
I don't know.
that went?
Tulane 2 years ago.
All right, here you go.
This year it would have been.
It would have been technically. Well, that's the shoot.
Who got in?
That's the
Somebody
final
went to a bowl
game.
game.
Final rankings.
Who
All right, week
played-
15. Here we go. I got it.
How quickly we forget.
Liberty.
Florida State.
Oregon beat them like 70 points.
Yeah.
Florida State would have played the highest group of 5 ranked team was Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty at
But
Florida State.
they were 23rd though.
Complete sellout.
Complete sellout.
On a Saturday during
Yeah.
the regular season, it might be a sellout.
Liberty, Florida State. Probably that they squeeze that in on a Friday night game.
Yeah, on this. I know these conference things are going to make this complicated, but I'm just going to use the conferences. You had Georgia, Ole Miss. So 100% in Athens, Georgia, Ole Miss.
That's a
100% sellout.
That's a $300, $400, $500 ticket.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, your season tickets are out the window now. These are college football playoffs, so you got to rebuy them.
Yep.
College football playoff tickets. So some people, you're not sitting in your same seats.
Yep. I'm just going to change this because of conference affiliation. You would have had Ohio State, Missouri, in Columbus. 100% sold out.
Gosh.
Again, Lancer at $400 or $500 ticket. And then you would have had Oregon, Penn State, and Eugene. 100%. I mean,
Eugene's a 60,000 seat stadium.
Oh,
yes.
you can flip it. And if that
you
thing
could
was
play
Happy
in Happy
Valley.
Valley and they sell it
I
out.
disagree.
How do you disagree with that?
You
College
think
football
they'll be-
playoff game. Oregon is
State?
coming to Penn State. You don't think they would sell that out?
I'm just telling you, quick turnaround.
The hell, Jim,
If
they
that's
sell
a-
out the Iowa game.
No,
you
but
can't
let me
even
ask you
watch
this.
Iowa.
If Oregon was at Penn State on a October Thursday night, is it a sellout?
Oregon at Penn State
Yeah.
on a Thursday night or something, you couldn't fit another person
know.
in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a regular season game when you got your season ticket packages in place. Your
Wait,
students,
what's more important, though?
your students in town. I'm telling you, wait and see. There'll be a game you'll see empty seats.
Yeah, maybe in 4 or 5 years.
Well, maybe in 4 or 5 years. Okay.
Not right now.
I'm just telling you that it will not be a hard sellout on the rims of these big stadiums. Now, when you get to Austin,
So wait, do you
that's a
not
small
like the
stadium.
on-campus?
Oh, I love the on-campus.
Yeah, I think the
love
next
it.
round should be on campus.
I love the
Not
on-campus.
us, but the second one.
I'm okay with the next round, us or them being on
Yeah,
campus.
that's what I was going to say. I guess we could be there too.
Those bad seats in December I'm not talking about where it looks like a spring football game.
Okay.
I'm talking about up on the edges.
right.
Where right now in regular season games we see in Baton Rouge or Jordan-Hare up on the edges, you see empty seats. Those seats will be empty.
What I don't think you'll get a ton of because of the quick turnaround is the visiting fans traveling. So I think your home fans will be able to gobble up more tickets than they normally do. And I think that may be what you're saying. And I will say this, to your point, school being out will be an issue. That will be an issue. Now, I don't know the dates when school gets out.
These games are a week before Christmas, right?
Yeah, so school should be out.
Oh, the schools will be out.
Yeah. So that will be an issue. I mean, you'll have a lot of students that'll go home. All your international students will still be there. They'll get to gobble up the student tickets. I didn't get to fly back to Japan, but I did get to go to the first round of the playoffs.
You will see some kids because they will know at that point what the schedule is. They'll be like, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm going to fly out after the game.
Yeah, I mean, I
know you want to be right on this, but you're going to be wrong.
No, these stadiums are huge.
I know.
And it'll come down to, okay, I've already bought all these other tickets. Now I'm going to buy this ticket for this first round game.
Is this ever a problem in the 14 playoff?
No, but those are semifinal games. Now I've got to do 3 more games if my team wins.
Let me ask you this. If Alabama got in as the second SEC team this year and Oregon is the second Big Ten team, and however the seeding worked, it matched up, and Oregon came to Tuscaloosa and class is out. Oregon comes to Tuscaloosa, class is out. What do you think that crowd looks like?
Oregon and Alabama may be a little different, but if it's Liberty and Alabama, I think there's some empty seats.
Okay. But any Power 5 conference, Penn State, Alabama, Oregon, Alabama.
You think if Kalen DeBoer was hosting his first postseason game in Bryant-Denny, the first ever in Bryant-Denny, there would be empty seats even if it was Liberty?
Up on the edges where there are some empty seats for, I think this past year, Tennessee was a hard sellout, but some games I go to now, they're on those fringe seats up there.
That's a lot of
they're empty.
Yeah, because
a lot of
those
a lot
games,
of that is visitor returns, but those games are also what Lance's going to say. They're foregone conclusions,
right? Yeah, I mean it's over in the first quarter.
It's over in the first quarter. And Bama Liberty probably would be in the playoffs too, but it's at least a foregone conclusion in the playoffs.
One of those big stadium teams is going to have that Group of 5 team, and it's not going to look like it's going to be a big matchup.
until that Group 5 team beats them.
Listen, I'm wrong all the time. You guys tell me I'm wrong all the time. Let's just wait and see how it plays out.
But you would say,
good question. Royal Payne, what will the ticket price be? I don't know.
Well, but I mean,
you tell me the game.
Yep.
Well, if I'll use the one I just used.
I wonder what face value is going to be.
I bet face value. What's face? We're so pampered. We don't buy tickets. What is face value on a college football playoff, like the semifinal ticket?
I would say $350 to $500.
What was the Rose Bowl face? $350? You think?
Probably.
So these can't be $350. I bet they're $200 though.
Yeah. Kevin, who's a season ticket holder, those empty seats are sold. People just don't sit in them.
It'll be announced to sell out.
Yeah, that's my
You're
point.
saying capacity crowd.
That's my point, is there'll be empty seats there because people will choose to watch it at home.
Yeah, it'll be announced to sell out at any of these stadiums.
Yeah. Season ticket holders will have first dibs on their current seats on campus, he tells me. Tide Pride sent us a whole thing about it. We will have first right of refusal on our seats, boxes, premium clubs, whatever we currently have.
Oh, and that does change things.
I would say that 90% of season ticket holders, at least this year, will keep those tickets.
Well, you go ahead and check the box because, to your point, you sell them on the secondary market if you don't use them.
Yeah. All right. Opening segment there with a little TV and future playoff broadcast numbers. Those Friday night Big Ten games, not as good as we thought they may be there. Thought we'd get some good Big Ten brand going to play Pac-12 schools, ends up at games like Rutgers at USC on that Fox Friday night broadcast. That should be a lot of good. Buster Olney on the show in 1 hour to talk baseball with us. Show being brought to you in part first by our friends at Gutter Cap. Tell us about Gutter Cap, LT.
Yeah, 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. You don't want to get on the roof. It's a dirty, dangerous job. Call Chris Stewart today, 45% off the retail price. He will come out, him and his crew. They will give you an estimate absolutely free. They will clean those gutters one final time. Then they'll put that patented aluminum cover system over the existing gutters. It will keep all debris out. Again, it's a dirty, dangerous job. You get on the roof, slip, fall, snap the neck, and die. No good to the wife or kids. Cap it, don't snap it. 205-823-2212. Tell him the next round sent you. For more information, guttercapbirmingham.com.
Okay, Dodger Stadium, you've been there many times, right?
Not many. I've been there four times. Yeah.
Rough area?
Yes.
No, I mean, the area itself is kind of...
Well, I mean, it's more parking lot than anything, but getting up in there. I will tell you, like 1 a.m, I wouldn't feel comfortable just strolling through there.
Yeah, but the stadium itself is kind of isolated.
Yeah, this is Dodger Stadium I'm about to show, right?
Yes,
it is.
Okay, so you look from the bleachers. If you look out in the parking lot and you see a car, but don't play it yet. But
small car fire.
You see a car fire going on.
It's alarming.
Doesn't shock you though. It's at Dodger Stadium, right?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's probably gang related.
Yeah. or something's gone amiss out there.
Oh, something's definitely going to miss.
Yeah, so fire burning, parking lot, Dodger Stadium during a game. So what does the organ player play?
Organist?
The organist there play inside the stadium?
I would say
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
Light My Fire the Doors.
Oh, that's
Both good answers.
All right.
We don't need no water.
We don't need no water.
All those incorrect answers. Hit it, Tyler.
Terrible song.
It is an awful song.
You didn't start the fire. Big Dodger game.
Great crowd on that.
We didn't start the fire. I don't know. 88% of the fans didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
I will tell you, man, the organist at Truist is so talented.
Oh,
in
really?
The inside stories, yeah. Like, when we went to see the Dodgers, when Cody Bellinger came up, he would play Puff the Magic Dragon because Bellinger's always stoned as a bat. But he had an inside story to all his stuff. I guarantee you, EG could tell you about the guy, but he's got his own Twitter handle, and he is really, really creative.
It is a very these guys can be super creative on that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And it was funny. I saw an interview with one, and maybe Barstool did it, and they went up and they were talking, and I think it was an NHL game, and he was like, how many people know that you're a real person?
Oh, I saw that. Madison Square Garden, I think.
Yeah,
for a
which I
Rangers
would
game.
think that a lot of people probably do think it's just kind of automated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of places are now. I don't think a lot of places have real organs anymore.
Well, the first time I remember the organist playing was in the movie Slapshot back in 1977, Charleston Chiefs, when he took a puck to the head.
We used to have one at the BJCC when the Bulls first came to town.
Oh, really?
When 22-year-old Eli Gold was play-by-play guy and the Bulls were in the WHA, they had a big organ that would sit there, and you could see him. He was just off the press box, and you see him play everything.
Now, Patrick's right. They ought to get the Truist organ guy on the pennant race. That ought to be one of their guests. That's a good idea, EG. Write it down.
Or we can get him here.
We can get him on the show. I don't care. It's the summer's coming up.
Yeah. Hydra Live getting you ready for Memorial Day weekend. Hydra Live, if you're heading to a pool or a lake or a beach, you want to get prepared for the long holiday weekend. Hydra Live's a great place to start.
Yeah, the great thing about Hydra Life Therapy is they've got everything. It's IV therapy, it's B12 injections, cryotherapy, compression therapy. It's all under one roof. Turnkey. You can get all these great services. Remember, when you're in one of the two great locations of Hydra Life Therapy in our area, make sure you mention the next round. You're going to get 20% off any of their great services. Also, members rewarded with deep discounts. Save up to 50% off regular pricing for all services. Plus, receive one free IV bag per month with the impressive savings and benefits members receive. You're going to recoup that IV membership fee in just one visit. Hydra Life Therapy, open 9 to 6 daily. 2 locations, Homewood, now Greystone Highway 119. For more information, HydraLifeTherapy.com. Remember, mention the next round, 20% off any of your services from our friends at Hydra Life Therapy.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
Spring weather is here, and our friends at Hemphill Services are offering a $69 HVAC tune-up plus 10% off any service call when you mention the next round. Call Adam, Chad, and the guys at Hemphill Services. Make sure your HVAC unit is ready to keep up with the changing weather. Hemphill Services, locally owned and operated independent train dealer. The team can service all makes and models. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, call Hemphill Services. It's hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090 or HemphillServices.com. That's 205-229-2090, HemphillServices.com.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelSonLaserVision.com.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Gutter Cap. Gutter Cap's that patented aluminum cover system that fits over most existing gutters to keep out debris and eliminate that gutter cleaning. It's backed with a lifetime warranty, almost 20-year service record right here in Birmingham. Stay off that dangerous ladder forever. 45% off the retail price now if you call guttercapbirmingham.com. Call my good friend Chris Stewart now, 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. It's Gutter Cap.
Every day, someone is ridiculed and mocked for the clothing they chose to wear. It's a harsh reality we all must face. But you have the chance to change all of that with one visit to nextround.store. For just a few minutes of browsing, you will observe so many clothing options, from hats to hoodies to t-shirts. Please, for yourself or someone you love, go to nextround.store and embrace the warmth of true attire.
Next round rolls on today, and so does the SEC baseball tournament out at the Hoover Met. What a crazy day yesterday. They're about to start the elimination games of the double elimination part today. And all it does is the two elimination games just involves 4 of the top 5 teams in the country. If you were a top seed, one of the highest ranked teams in the country yesterday, you lost in Hoover. Here's what happened. LSU beat number 2 Kentucky 11-0. Not number 2 in the SEC tournament. Number 2 in the country got beat 11-0 in Hoover.
Yep.
Then South Carolina beat number 5 in the country, Arkansas 6-5. Then Vanderbilt beat number 1 Tennessee, number 1 in the country, Tennessee 13-4. And then Mississippi State beat number 4 in the country, Texas A&M 5-3. So numbers 1, 2, 4, and 5 in the country lost yesterday in Hoover. Imagine if that had been a college football Saturday.
Oh, I know. We talk about it like it's the greatest college football Saturday of all time.
So in the elimination games playing before lunch today, you get number 2
in the country
versus number 5 in the country, and then you get number 4 in the country versus number 1 in the country, and those are day elimination games at day 3 of the SEC baseball tournament. That's how damn tough this conference is.
And by the way, all those teams want to lose.
They want to go home.
They won't tell you that, Lance.
That's why
every one of those coaches is like, I do not want to burn through pitching here. Let's get done and get home.
It is what it is, but you wish there was a little more at stake.
Yeah, I don't know how you make this any more meaningful. I just don't think you can. I don't think.
Yeah, I know it's a great event. It's awesome for
our
city.
It's fantastic. I love it.
But like last night, I had to get Odie's taken off the TV because I had to put on Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. I was like, enough.
Yeah, it's just a crazy day of upsets and another great day. LSU, South Carolina, and Vandy, Mississippi State are night games today, and the winner's bracket of the double elimination runs through the weekend. SECsports.com for tickets. Great folks there. Softball starts today as well at the super regional stage. And a couple of interesting games. Florida State, a team that's been to Oklahoma City in the World Series a lot, playing powerhouse Oklahoma, who's only the 2 seed, 6 o'clock on ESPN2. And then Georgia's outplaying UCLA, 8:30 on ESPN2. Alabama plays tomorrow.
Can I ask you guys a serious question? Walking down the hall, we get like 30 seconds to run to the bathroom in between breaks here.
Yes.
And I saw Forster do a quick turnaround, and I knew what he was doing because I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you have encountered this. The girl that cleans the offices up here, she'll just end up in the bathroom randomly at a time. And like Forster turned around, like I go in there and I'm like, hey, I got to use the bathroom. Give me a couple of minutes. What is y'all's etiquette on that?
So I do what Forster did. I turn around and go to the other bathroom if I haven't gone too far.
Here's my point. Like you've got all day. Like you can come in. Like what are the hours of operation up here for normal people? 8 to 5?
I really don't know.
I mean,
I'm not normal people.
But she's up here early, so she could knock it out before 8, and then she'd come at 5.
No, she cleans it multiple times throughout the day.
Yeah, she's the day cleaning crew. We have a night cleaning crew, too.
I know, but does it really need it that much? Like, I understand if you got to put paper towels in and soap and make sure that's...
Now,
but, I mean, you can dust things and,
you're
hit the baseboards.
You're the guy, though, if you go in there and it's messy, you're going to bitch about that. And like, why do we not have the cleaning crew in there? She's in there multiple times a day.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey... Quick pause. Give me a 20 second.
Fine. That's fine. But I'm also not going to criticize her work schedule.
Yeah, I think she's in there every other hour.
Yeah.
Now, do you offer her a Coke like you used to offer the other one?
No, because she disappeared. So I'm like, I have no relationship with this lady.
What was the relationship with the other?
Jim gave her a Coca-Cola and a smile.
Disappeared.
A freaking Coke and a smile.
Tyler's right. What do you mean she disappeared?
I don't know. I've got no details, but one day she's not there, and it's a new lady. So
I appreciate the work ethic. I think it's kind of weird that she seems like every time we go to the bathroom, she's in there.
Yeah.
I've not encountered her that much.
I think that's an overstatement.
No, it's at least twice a week for me.
Well, you said every time. I mean,
I just believe that she should have a little cone with a flag on it that she sets out in the hallway that lets me know to go left and not right.
Scott agrees. Okay.
Yeah, that would be so helpful.
That would be
quite helpful. But now, the vast majority of the people in this building, though, if they go and she's in the bathroom, they're like, I'll come back in 2 minutes. We don't get that option.
No,
we're the only people that this affects in this entire building.
But why would you not just hang the cart where you can see the back end of the cart?
I would agree with you. That would be nice.
Well, she probably needs the cart inside.
Yeah. Now, there again.
We got to get Clarence on this. I would think Clarence is her supervisor.
Just a little. In fact, I will purchase the cone if she would use it.
Like a traffic cone? It doesn't
even have to be a big cone. It could be
and it only has to be on our floor.
Yeah,
that's true.
Just on our floor.
We're literally the only people this impacts in the entire building.
Everyone else enjoys it because that's more time they don't have to work. They can walk down there and got to go to the other one.
It's another 5 minutes out of my office. Yeah.
I had to sprint down the hall to get back.
Yeah.
And I didn't do the 20-second timeout this time. I followed Forrester to tell him, does this make any sense that you need to just tell her to take a 20?
What you don't know, Forrester, is that Debbie is working with her, so you get a few laps in. A couple of sprints.
No, but you can get those little cones that we've got for pool golf. You can get online for like 50 cents.
Is she fluent in English?
No.
So that becomes a problem there, the old communication.
Not for Lance. For you it does. Lance can communicate.
That's true.
And apparently my eyes are blue today. I probably could go communicate.
Shout out Jack State.
Rapido.
Boy, you're a nolly. I think if you just walk in there and wave at her, she'll step out. I don't think that's that big a deal, Lance. I don't think it's that big a deal. I just don't do it.
She picks up her phone and gives her an opportunity to check her text.
After Sweet 16 and Elite 8 out in Los Angeles, I don't care. I'm just going to go in and pee. She can keep cleaning. I'm going to pee.
Oh, yeah.
Was that the deal there? Huh? That was the deal there, right?
Yeah,
Everybody shared the bathroom.
It was a unisex. And, I mean, the lady was in there the entire time. I was like...
I've done that before with her in there because she's been on the other side.
Oh, I really don't care.
And I'll go in the stall. Yeah, it's nothing. But then she'll scurry off quickly,
Yeah, like she can stay in there and clean while I'm at the urinal. I don't care. I mean, it's up to her.
Yeah, I mean, usually when I go during the show, it's like a horse on a flat rock. So
that's right.
That sound speaks all languages.
Yes,
she can stay or go, but it's happening right now. The show being brought to you by our friends at Dr. B. Dr. B's got LT's hair looking good. His hair looks so good today, I had to take my hat off. I didn't want to be the only guy with a hat on.
Oh, hey, look, we've all got collars on, and I would assume you two are playing golf.
I am playing golf.
Not playing golf.
Right after the show.
I am going to see the doctor.
I have reached out to Dr. Patterson, and we'll get you in there here in a little bit. But again, if you're starting to thin out a little bit, be preemptive. Dr. Beckenstein is the guy you need to go see. Brown just went to see him last month. He has started the treatment. Treatment's so simple. Non-invasive treatment. I do it 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time on the couch. My hair has more than doubled in thickness in just over 2 years. Dr. B takes pride in training each patient personally, applying his expertise to produce those quality results. For more than 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. B for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. He will use that experience, his advanced training, genetic testing to help his patients fully understand the procedures they are considering. Call Dr. B today, 205-319-0316, t3hair.net. Call today. Tell them the next round sent you.
I'll never forget. You were reminding me of this, Dunaway, when I was buying my first gun for the house. Just a little protection.
Was I with you?
No, you were. You might have been.
I was with you one time when you were buying a gun.
The first one I bought, I wanted a Glock 17, and I'd already done the research, and I knew that's what I wanted was a Glock 17. So I go to buy it, and the guy at the register is like, "It's a great gun. Can I just, if you want some help, can I just ask you, why you're buying the gun?" And I said, "Well, just basically home protection. I mean, I'll shoot at some, but primarily home protection." He goes, "That's a great gun." He goes, "Could I recommend a shotgun?" He goes, "When you rack a shotgun, it sounds the same in every language."
Oh, yeah.
That was his line. I'll never forget that.
That's all you need is a Mossberg.
That's right. He goes, yeah, because that sounds the same in every single language in the world. You never have to worry about that one.
Yeah. Since the 1800s.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. He said, you rack that shotgun, it sounds the same in every language.
And in close quarters, you really don't have to aim.
That's exactly right.
He's right.
I think that was his point, too.
Yeah. I just didn't want to store, I got a little safe for my Glock. I didn't want to have to store a shotgun.
Yeah.
But he's probably right. And, look, thank God, never needed it.
Last night in the NBA playoffs, speaking of sharp shooters, Kyrie and Luka went to Minnesota, got the win 108-105. All Kyrie did was score 24 of his 30 in the first half to keep the Mavericks in it in that tough road crowd. And then Luka scored 15 of his 33 in the fourth quarter to put the cherry on top. Big win for Dallas to open up the series.
The only thing I got right yesterday on the Meltdown in our triple threat trivia was I was asked about this series before, and I said, look, I think it's going to come down. The T-Wolves defense has been outstanding. This is the team everybody's hyping up. But the Mavericks, their experience with Kyrie and Luka, I think this is going to be the difference, and I think they're ultimately going to win this thing in 7. I didn't know if they get game 1 or not. Lance'sLock.com, $99 the entire month. We did have the Mavs plus 4.5 last night. We were able to get that. Mavs couldn't hit a perimeter shot, 6 of 25 behind the arc, but they dominated in the paint, 62-38. And that early fourth quarter 13-0 run put them up 8. I think it really silenced that crowd. Now, Anthony Edwards hit a 3 late to put them back up, and then there was another 8-0 run. But you got to give the Mavericks a lot of credit to go win against one of the hottest teams in basketball and to steal game 1, exactly what the Pacers wanted to do in the Eastern Conference. Mavericks were able to do it, and now they're your favorite in the series.
I thought for a minute, though, when Edwards hit that shot, it was Pacers Celtics all over again. I thought
put them up 4 with 3 and change.
And I thought the Mavericks have lost their opportunity here. We almost had both road teams win, and now both home teams are going to win. But to the Mavs' credit, they did not do what the Pacers did. The Pacers melted, and the Mavs did not. On the road in Minnesota. And you wonder, that previous series, there was a lot of emotional expense by Denver to beat, by Minnesota to beat Denver. It went 7 games. You just wonder, if there was a legs issue for them late in that game, if they were a little bit tired late in that game. I know it shouldn't be, but there's a long season, and there was a lot of emotion they expended in that Denver series.
I'm wondering, does TNT have the finals, or is this it for them?
I believe this is it. I think it's all ESPN, ABC after that.
Because it has not been officially announced, but you could just tell watching the pregame, halftime, and post that they know that TNT has lost the NBA, and inside the NBA with Barkley and them is going to go away.
Yeah, and it's almost what you want this thing to go 7 just for that.
Yeah, but
extend the life of TNT.
They got an Emmy award. They started their pregame show last night with the Emmy on the set, thanking all the crew back in Atlanta and with them on the road there at Target Center. I had texted Barkley earlier and told him, hey, you remember you were in Minnesota since
with me. Yeah. What did he say?
He said, everyone from Bruce Pearl to others have reached out, reminding me I was up here with Auburn.
Did Katy Perry reach out?
I don't know if Katy Perry did, but he said, from Bruce Pearl to others have reached out. I remember now.
Yeah, look, Barkley's one of those guys. He travels around a lot. He would remember that. You do wonder with some of these celebrities if they've, like a Katy Perry, do they remember all the cities they've been in?
No, probably not. Probably, I was just seeing Zach Bryan and Brie Chicken Fry on Instagram. She's been on the bus with him going to tour. They were just at Hangout this past weekend. And
where is she right now?
I don't know, but she was talking about, people don't realize this road is crazy. And he's flying. He's best of the best right now, selling out stadiums. And she's like, I never even know when we wake up. It's one city to the next.
Tough life, man.
Yeah. I mean, it is a grind. I mean, they make a ton of money, but it's a grind. You know how hard traveling is. Can you imagine?
For us, when we're sitting delays and stuff, I think for Zach Bryan, where he is in his career right now, I don't think he deals with what your typical traveler deals with.
No, and he's single, hot girlfriend, no kids. It's a lot easier
And
that
he's
way too.
Staying in the St. Regis, Four Seasons. I mean, we're doing a little different.
Yeah, Michael said he was just there at Red Rocks. I was going to bring it up. Michael of our show, a friend of our show, Michael Bills there over in the chat room, was out at Red Rocks 2 nights ago now when Riley Green, friend of the show, he told us he was going to play Red Rocks in our Greystone Coca-Cola
I
conversation.
really want to go to a concert out there, and I want to schedule it around something. I had somebody reach out. A buddy of mine invited me to Kansas State, Colorado this year in Boulder. And if there was something Red Rocks around that, that would be pretty awesome.
Every time I've been in the area, it's always been nothing. It's almost been like a local band, some.
Which I guess it would still be worth it, right?
I don't know.
I had to go some
I
Red
want to
Rocks.
see something iconic.
I want to see the Velcro Pygmies at Red Rocks.
Oh, that'd be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
I would do it.
Hey,
I would do it.
Can I just go ahead, do that?
No, tell me real quickly, LT, about Michelson, and then Brown's got another point here.
Yes, our friends at Michelson. Again, if you wear the contacts or the glasses, you're wasting money each and every year. Speaking from experience, I did it for about a decade. Finally went in to see Dr. Mark Michelson over 20 years ago. One of the best decisions I ever made. I now have 20/15 vision, better than 20/20. Procedure only took 12 minutes for both eyes. Everything going up in price, not LASIK, from our friends at Michelson Laser Vision, Dr. Jen Michelson, Dr. Mark Michelson, best in the business. They have held that steady price right now for the last couple of years. Call 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. Ask about the pre-inflation pricing. 205-969-8100. It is an absolutely free consultation. Zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
You're talking about how sad it was watching them, knowing that this is over. They've got to do a whole nother season next year of this show, knowing that that's the last season of the show. And I
didn't realize
I didn't know that.
Oh,
So
yeah,
there's another year
Yes.
before this
Okay,
contract
good.
kicks in. Okay,
yeah,
good,
you'll get
good.
one more year of inside the NBA.
Good.
And I
good.
assume everybody will stick around for the whole time. Some of the production crew won't, though. I mean, those people have to find other jobs. Charles, you think Charles, Kenny, they probably will go ahead and do their other deals with the future broadcasters,
Right.
Amazon, NBC, whoever they do the deals with.
Yeah, and as we said, Barkley's going to be in the 18 to $20 million range per year.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
And when you hear Charles do interviews, all he talks about are how bad it sucks for the crew.
That's right. A lot of them, Atlanta is home.
That's right.
And chances are the NBC or Amazon show won't originate from there. I didn't know they had another year.
Yeah.
So
This
that does make it a little better.
This is to start in the 25-26 season.
Okay.
So 24-25 will still be under the same agreement.
Okay, very good there. Very good. That's good information. One other thing here that I wanted to get to. By the way, Indiana and Boston game 2 tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Last night in the NHL, Florida killed the Rangers 3-0 in Madison Square Garden as the Panthers never have won a Stanley Cup. Got a big win there. Edmonton and Dallas start their series tonight. The cicadas have been a story all spring, right? This 13 years, 17 years coming out at the same time. We have some cicadas that are out every year.
Boy, cicada's a polarizing thing.
It really is.
It really is. Some people love the sound. Some hate the sound. It can be overbearing at times. One thing I don't think anybody likes is the taste of a cicada. But last night, Rocket City trash pandas, and they're eating a cicada.
Did he lose a bet?
I don't know. Forrester, come in and tell me what's happening here.
I can't say there was any a bet involved.
Were they selling them?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just a couple of fans eating cicadas.
Yeah.
I got to say, a lot of good food in the state of Alabama. A lot of good food.
Get your protein.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, I'd rather have one of those. You remember the old hot dogs that were like red?
Oh, yeah, the Red Hots.
Yeah, I'd rather have one of those than a cicada.
A lot of good food in the state of Alabama.
So this is just good old Southern boys, Brownie, just saying, I found this on the ground here?
I think these people just trying to get attention.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, in a Trash Pandas game for some reason.
Yeah, I thought maybe they
Well, they take a shirt off.
When I saw this on my sheet, Forrester, I thought maybe they were frying them up and chocolate coating them, because you see them eat crickets and things like that, right? You're a big Japanese anime guy. It's a delicacy in Japan, right? Crickets?
I don't know about Japan, but in some places in South America, there's actually a day where you're supposed to eat crickets. It's like a tradition.
Oh, okay.
In South America?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was up in Mexico, in North America, or if it was further down south. I'd have to double check on that.
I like Tyler's. Tyler's got a wide range of knowledge on
He
things.
does,
I
except I leaned on him yesterday for trivia.
I heard you were minus 15. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. I was very, very aggressive. Some of the questions asked to me, though, it was just bad draw. But I asked Tyler to help me out on one, and he couldn't do it. And, of course, he helped everybody else out.
Of course he did.
He was 0-2 helping me out, too. Brooks says he works at ABC 3340. Somebody sent a pic to James Spann recently, and they were eating fried cicadas and said they tasted like fried okra.
Well, you know what else I can get in Alabama, though?
Fried okra.
Fried okra. I don't need a replacement.
Yeah.
As it turns out.
I always said about frog legs or whatever else. Tastes like chicken. Well, I can just get chicken.
Turns out I got chicken here. Yeah. I got frog legs a couple times at Top of the River in Anniston. And it does. It's like white meat chicken.
I've had it once.
Except it's less meat. And I'm like, why would I not just get chicken?
Yeah, I guess cicadas have got protein in them, though.
Oh, I would imagine. Yeah. I mean, if we were on Naked and Afraid or Last Survivor or whatever, some of those shows are, we'd have to eat these cicadas to
stay
to
alive.
win the competition.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it, though, right now. Frog legs are fantastic, says Brody.
Oof.
My dad likes them, too. But, of course, he likes the pig's feet, too.
He likes squirrel.
Yeah.
Oh, here goes Romulus. All right, here we go. Who are the top? Oh, wait, let's come back on that one.
Okay.
He's got a good idea here.
Okay, Romulus has jumped to the top of the chat.
Yep.
And we will answer his question when we come back here on the next round of the show that's being brought to you in part today. You've already mentioned Michelson, right?
I haven't mentioned Michelson, yeah.
And our friends at the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, they bring you the studio every day. We're back in a moment on TNR.
Follow Sean Lunsford on Twitter @JLuntz.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on The Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at The Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Maybe you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, or TikTok. While we're changing the game yet again, Tyler's Telegrams has been developed exclusively for you.
Hi, this is the lovable boy you know as Tyler the Intern. I'm a businessman now. I will come directly to your door and tell you every time a new piece of TNR content drops. For the low, low price of $740,000, you can be notified by me, one of the biggest stars of The Next Round, about that thing you missed. Sure, the rest of those social media services are free, but so is radio, and we all know how well that's trending.
Tyler's Telegrams is currently operating exclusively in Bibb County. Other social media platforms are available everywhere.
You got to look your best to play your best, and our friends at Bandwagon can help your team find the perfect uniforms for that upcoming season. Bandwagon is with you every step of the way, from developing your team logo design to choosing from their multitude of samples. You name the sport, they can make it happen. To get your uniform journey started, you can shoot them a message on any social media platform or check out their website, bandwagonsports.com. That's bandwagonsports.com. Next Round listeners, it's time to jump on the bandwagon.
Back with you on the next round. Show being brought to you in part today by our friends at the Inverness Country Club. LT is going to tell you about them in just a second. Brownie and I have had a chance to get out there and play their golf course.
Fantastic.
Very soon. Hey, shout out to Birmingham Southern Baseball as we're watching the SEC baseball tournament going on. Birmingham Southern officially closes as a liberal arts school, as a school in general, in 168-year history on May the 31st. Their baseball team is still alive. And they are playing in the Division III Super Regionals starting Friday against Denison up in Ohio. If Birmingham Southern wins that best-of-3 series, they will play longer as a school baseball team than the school exists. They will go to the Division III World Series, which starts on May 31st.
I was asking about this the other day. They're going to sell donuts to get out there or something? Boston butt sell? I mean, how are they going to fund this deal?
I would imagine they've got it. They've got it in the books to.
Yeah. Even if they did, can you imagine the GoFundMe?
Yeah. Oh, I know. I mean, you really could do it. It's become a bit of a national story, and that's the kind of thing people get behind.
Not just a bit of the national story. It is one of the main stories. Two days ago on ESPN. .com. Birmingham Southern is shutting down, but its baseball team is finding a way to live on.
Boy, I pull for me. I don't know anything about their team. I hope they get there. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Let's do it, Panthers.
Yeah.
So it is happening starting tomorrow. Denison hosting Birmingham Southern. 3 seed versus a 2 seed that both survived
hell
to
of a
get
game.
there. Yeah.
So when I was walking in, Reed was like, hey, somebody in the chat just said they'd give $500 for the Jocks exit story. If you want to text me and I'll meet you, buy you lunch, you give me $500, I will give you all of the ins and outs.
Lance may not tell the true story, though.
Oh, I'll tell the true story.
Yeah. Inverness Country Club, and then Brownie's going to answer or ask a question.
Hey, find your sense of community at Inverness Country Club. I'm going to be out there with Dunaway's friends this weekend at some point. They've got memberships that fit everyone. The social membership, including that resort-style pool complex, full-service cabana and bar, live music on Friday night, Sunday brunch, golf membership. You guys played it recently. Beautiful course out there. Currently expanding the driving range. Maybe you travel for work or pleasure. Ask about the Heritage Plus option. You'll have access to courses at 37 other clubs in the country. Inverness Country Club, great place to meet others in the community. Maybe you've relocated to retired. Inverness, great place to network. And the huge plus, childcare right there on location. Maybe you want dinner with the wife. You want to play around the golf with the wife. You want to play tennis. You can have the kid right there. They'll watch the kid, and you can do your thing right there. Best days happen at Inverness. Take a tour today of this unbelievable club. Call Aaron. 205-991-8608, 205-991-8608, or online, iccalabama.com.
We always appreciate those of you who participate in the Super Chat. You hit that little $sign down on the bottom right of the chat area on YouTube, and you can do a Super Chat, make a donation, and we do our very best to get to every one of those questions. So if you've got one you really want to try to get to us, it's a great way to do it. Romulus has done that, and he says, who are the top 5 recruiting coaches and play callers, schemers, in y'all's opinion? And top 5 traveling fan bases. We're got a lot to get to there. He says, I'm driving back from Lynchburg to Alabama now. Thanks for all you do. Don't get the Flames hate, fan the Flames. Don't know what he means by that.
We're talking about Liberty not packing a stadium in the playoffs.
Yes.
Well, and he's coming from Lynchburg, Virginia.
Yep.
And funny,
Makes
I
sense.
talked to a good friend of ours last night, and I thought he had represented somebody at Liberty before, but he hadn't.
Okay.
But I was introducing him and his wife to Maddie, who is a Liberty grad. I don't think there's any Liberty hate out there, right?
No, people like Liberty. Top 5 recruiting coaches. Kirby Smart's number one with a bullet.
Yep.
Ryan Day, I would probably say, is number 2.
Right now, if you look at 32 of the 5 stars at 24/7, I think 4 of them are already committed to Ohio State. So I'd put Ryan Day in there.
I think Sark's a good recruiter.
Sark has 3 5-star wide receivers, the 1, 3, and 4 in the class, who are close to picking Texas right now.
Yeah.
You are really going through programs that recruit themselves, though.
Well, that's true, but somebody's got to be there to head it up.
Just name the best, and then we'll go back and give some overachievers.
Once I get past Sark,
Dan Lanning's a good recruiter.
Yeah, I think Dan Lanning probably is a good recruiter.
I think Kiffin's a good recruiter.
I think I don't know.
Not in high school.
Yeah, I think he's good in the portal.
Yeah, but I mean that's recruiting.
I think Cristobal probably is.
He's killing it in the portal right now.
Yeah. The portal does.
I mean, Kalen DeBoer, they had a number 2 class, and Nick Saban was gone. So
yeah. I mean, I want to see him do it a little bit longer at Alabama before I put him in the class of some of these people I'm talking about here. But I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Offhand. I mean, those are some people I would put there. As far as play callers go,
play callers, I would go Sark, Kiffin, DeBoer, Lance Leopold, And
Riley's got to be in there. You know, put Riley
and Lincoln Riley.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I think your honorable mention is going to be Josh Heupel. I think Nico's going to be really good this year, and I think Tennessee's going to be more like they were in 22.
No
than
Hugh
23.
Freeze as a play caller?
I mean, top 10 probably.
I don't think
but
he's
would have
in
those
that
other
class.
guys.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the class of those other guys.
DeBoer the other night, tied on tour, asked him, between questions from the audience, I'd say, the old saying back in the day, you counted sheep before you fall asleep. Do you think of offensive plays? Like, do you already know the first play you're going to call against Western Kentucky? And he gave a great answer about, I've learned over the years, it's the third play of the game, not the first play of the game, that concerns me, because I may need a third down play to get our first down to flip the field instead of that first play. The first play is a little overrated.
Yeah,
that third play is very important.
Yeah, and I do think that most guys do have a script for the first 10 to 15 plays, but if you have a sack or you have a penalty and you get in a 3rd and 11, it does throw you off. Now, I think you've got that situation on that chart of your first 10 to 15 plays. Yeah, I think almost everybody knows the first play call.
But if I understood his answer right, he made it sound like Sheridan's calling the plays, and he's only dabbling in it. That he's done it for a long, long time, and is the head coach, and looking forward to
Well, I think Grubb was
Coach Sheridan to do it.
I think Grubb was certainly going to call the plays. So I wonder about Sheridan.
So top 5, he's asking now, our man Romulus.
In the SEC?
Top 5 play callers in the SEC. I would go Kiffin and then DeBoer, and then I would go Heupel.
Okay.
And you guys,
you're going to get in the coordinator level next. I think you've done most of the head coaches.
And then I would go Freeze.
Okay. All right. There's another.
And then I think Jeff Lebby. I know it's the first year.
Well, he's been good. Yeah. I don't disagree with you.
Or Drinkwitz.
Eli Drinkwitz is really good.
But then you start talking about defensive guys with Stoops and Smart. Clark Lee.
Sark, we've seen Sark be next level in play calling. Now, he does a lot of that with premier talent, but if he's at Texas, he's going to have premier talent often.
Buster Only in baseball coming up 25 after the hour, part of hour number 2. When we come back, some more college football news, including some of the names you just heard, picking up some big recruits and situations. And what's going on in the NFL? One big topic in the NFL that I want to get to in the next segment. The show being brought to you by Johnson RV's Medical Mental Health Minute. Tell us about this mental health moment.
Yeah, look, it's really a sad state where we are nationally, where we are globally right now on this pandemic that is, mental health. And May is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Men in the United States die by suicide at 4 times higher than women, yet men are diagnosed with depression, mood disorders at far lower rates. You might ask, why is this? Too often society blames men themselves for their struggles. They are the ones who turn to substance abuse and violent behavior rather than getting help for their mental health. If you're out there struggling, look, I've talked to plenty of you guys before. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. I've admitted, I've been on record here for the last couple of years. I have dealt with this. I have battled it. I am on a med. I take a 0.5 milligram a day. I talk to a therapist once a month. I think it's really important to have a good headspace. You're not alone on this. Reach out. Close friend, reach out to your doctor, start talking about getting in a better spot. 988 is a suicide and crisis lifeline. If you need that, again, you're not alone. There is a support system for you out there. I promise you, if you want to DM me, I'll pick up the phone and call you. I've done it many a times before. I'll do it again. I know what you're feeling right now. It absolutely sucks, but it ain't the end for you. 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It is brought to you by our friends Nick Johnston and the great folks at Johnston RV.
And we can't thank them enough for doing that. They have repriced both their lots, I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and they're so confident in that pricing that they will beat any price nationwide on a comparable RV. Just go see them right there on either one of those 2 lots. And you can get that lifetime warranty from RV Warranty Forever on anything new and qualifying used. So you've got the peace of mind. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 Decatur. And always online, JohnstonRVCenter.com.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
It's time to pull the trigger on the Next Round merch that you've been eyeing. We know there's a lot to choose from at nextround.store, so here's a few of our favorite picks. If you want to match LT and Brown, go with a TNR logo hoodie and throw in one of Dunaway's favorite hats. Any of them will do. The Backroom's go-to is the classic logo t-shirt, while my personal favorite is the light blue TNR crew neck. All of these items can be found at nextround.store and are EG approved. Rest assured, your order will be packed with lots of love from us here at the Next Round. Head over to nextround.store to start filling up your cart.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Just because you've quit going to the gym, it doesn't mean that you have to quit gym altogether. Dunaway, that is. With our Next Round podcasts open 24/7, 365, you can access gym anytime you'd like. While you may have done away with your treadmill routine, our version of Dunaway is standing by, ready to get you back to your absolute best. Find all that lovely Jimmy D-led content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and in the podcast section of nextroundlive.com. This message is sponsored by Jimmy Crypto Inc. and Jimmy Crypto for President.
Hey, you. Summer's here. Time to get hot. And at New Balance Birmingham, that's just what we got. For a summertime vibe, see what's inside. Come together at New Balance Birmingham on Highway 280, right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, we got now.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
New hour, hour 2 of the show. Buster Olney joins us coming up here at 10:25. Should be a lot of fun to talk baseball with him. Max Fried yesterday pitching against the Cubs. How'd that go?
Lance told you it would.
Yeah, I thought Justin Steele was pretty good at Wrigley too, but Braves onslaught, 9 runs, win easily yesterday against Cubs, and Max Fried keeps that streak unblemished in Wrigley.
Yeah, didn't I try to take the Braves yesterday, and you wouldn't do the steak with me? That would have been.
I think you did. Yeah,
that would have been a Braves steak win for me.
Rare
for everyone who thinks that I never helped the Braves. That would have been but you didn't take it.
Well, you have done much more damage than the Braves in one regular season game.
I think Braves fans didn't want you on that game.
You absolutely cost them a championship. What was the year? The 21?
It hasn't been long
when the
2020
Dodgers were way down in the series.
Yeah,
they were down 3-1.
Yeah. Blew that one. Hey, Cards sweep the Orioles. That ends that streak we talked about a few weeks ago. We can talk to Buster about that, but it's the first sweep the Orioles have given up since early in the 2022 season. Texas and Philadelphia Phillies are still hot. They play an afternoon game. Braves in an afternoon game, 1:20 against the Cubs. By the way, a live version, before that game starts, a live version of the Pennant Grace with E.G. and Josh goes right when we're done today at 12:05. So they'll jump in live at 12:05 for a live version of the Pennant Grace over on the Disrupt the Media YouTube channel. So make sure you're liked and subscribed over there. And wherever you get the Pennant Grace with E.G. and Josh, that is right when we're done live today at 12:05 Central Time. Live show happening today. This hour of the show being brought to you by our friends at Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Hopefully I'm going to get a chance to go by and see the doc today and sort of clear up a little issue I've got coming off of 7 rounds of golf in 5 days. That's what they do for you, man. You tweak at something, pull something, break something, they get you back to work, back to play. And they're easy to get to. Locations everywhere. PrecisionSportsOrtho.com/2024. PrecisionSportsOrtho.com/2024. That's how you make an appointment, or you call them up. 205-512-3885. 512-3885. Precision Sports Medicine Orthopedics. Orthopedic care better together. They help diagnose, treat, and then help you through the rehab process. Part of the Brookwood Baptist Health family from Jasper to Alabaster and everywhere in the Birmingham metro area. You get it with Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics right there. All right, one football note I want to get to. NFL before we get back to college football. I don't understand the hate for Dak Prescott.
Who's hating him?
A lot of people, it doesn't seem like the Cowboys really love him. I don't know how some Cowboy fans out there, I don't know how you feel about Dak Prescott.
Oh, I don't think anybody dislikes him.
Yeah, I think Dak Prescott does exactly, he plays the game hard. He does to the best of his ability. He was a 3rd-round draft pick. Yesterday he gets asked, contract negotiations, you worried about this, da-da-da. Quote, I don't play for money.
I like that. I saw that this morning, and I like that attitude.
Don't believe it.
I don't play for money.
Look, so everybody's okay if they don't pay you, would you play? Well, no. It's his job. He's got to feed a family, and I think he wants to get as much money as he can, but you can also want to maximize your dollar value and not just play for money.
Here's the problem.
I don't do this for money. Now, I get paid well to do it and want as much as I can get to do it.
That's right.
But I don't do this for money. I do this because I love this. I love this.
I do it for money. I like it, but I wouldn't do it if I didn't get paid.
But that's not the argument. That doesn't mean you're doing it for money.
I do it somewhere else and get paid.
Yeah. Dak's not saying that.
No, but here's the only problem with Dak saying this is now that quarterbacks of his echelon, he's going to be one of the next 2 or 3 paid, and it's going to be $50+ million. If I'm Jerry Jones, I go back to him and say, hey, look, we love you, but if it's not about money, let's pay you $35 million and let's divvy up $15 million amongst some other players.
And Dak may say yes to that.
Win a championship.
And Dak may say that.
Yeah. Tom Brady has done essentially that.
He's going to kind of be in that situation.
Good.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But Tom Brady has done it. I think Mahomes did it for a while.
Yeah. Do you think Xander Schauffele only did it for money Saturday or Sunday?
No,
I think everybody.
But he won a ton of money, and he didn't try to give it back. He said,
right.
I'll take the $3.5 million.
I think everybody gets into whatever they do outside of a regular job. I don't think anybody's like, damn, I want to sell insurance. But I think people, golfers, football players, they get into it because they love the game. And then ultimately they get really good and they start getting paid, and then things get a little more complicated.
Again, you can try to maximize every dollar you can get and not be doing it, quote unquote, for the money.
But you can take less money to do it where you want to do it too, right?
You
can take less money, if there was an opportunity for me to make more money somewhere else or be right here with you guys, I'd rather be right here with you guys and not make more money somewhere else. I'd rather be with you guys.
Well, it depends on how much money you're talking about, right?
Well, you sell loyalty down the street really quick.
You're the most loyal guy in the world trying to get me fired when we started.
It always goes back to that.
Mr. Loyalty. Jimmy Loyalty.
Didn't even know you then.
Jimmy Loyalty.
And still wasn't trying to get me.
You did know me. We worked in the same building for years.
You didn't talk to me back then.
And I know for enough money you would walk.
I would not. I would not.
Jim.
Jim,
don't insult us, Jim.
I would not.
Oh, whatever.
Jim, if ESPN came and said, look, man, we screwed up when we didn't hire you on ESPN until we went Reese Davis.
That was my fault. It wasn't their fault.
If the university came to you and Oates was like, dude, we want you to be part of our circle and we're going to give you $500,000, you would be gone.
I wouldn't blame you, Jim.
I would not be. No, y'all said you got to take this. That's different. But there's no way I would take it because it's not just me. I got to help you, and I got to help Tyler. I got to help Lunsford. I got to help Forrester. I got to help Melton and Reed and Kelsey and E.G.
Jimmy Martyr.
And Taylor.
Here we go.
That's the way I come to work every day.
Come on.
That is the way I come to work every day. It's for the 12. It's for the 12, not for the 1. It's for the 12.
I didn't know you did it for everybody else.
And I think that's what Dak does.
I don't know if that's what Dak does or not. I
He's
think
doing it for the 53, not for the 1.
Well, he needs to stop throwing picks in big games. I will tell you that. that would help a lot of this.
I mean, he's doing it for 53, not the 1. He needs to quit throwing picks. Who's he throwing the picks for, the 53 or the 1?
I mean, they've had some really good teams, but when he gets to postseason, Dak has not been good.
Yeah. Or has the team not been as good? Has it been all Dak's problem? Maybe
gets blamed on the quarterback.
CeeDee Lamb doesn't run the right route, underruns the route, stops.
I've got to look again, but Dak has what, 1 postseason win?
I think that's right.
I mean, their postseason as a franchise has been really bad since the early 90s.
Dak he's a complicated guy. Like, if you just ask our teams, I mean, would you take Dak in front of Baker Mayfield?
Yes.
Do you think it's a significant upgrade?
Yes.
Okay. Would you take Dak in front of Matt Stafford?
Hell no.
I wouldn't take him in front of Tua.
You got 1 more year of Stafford.
I don't care. I'm just saying year by year. Like this year, you can have Dak or Stafford not even close.
Okay, but if right now the Rams traded Matt Stafford for Dak Prescott, you wouldn't be happy about that?
Well, look, he'd be going to a much better offensive system. I mean, I wouldn't be like, it wouldn't. No, I mean, I think Dak's a good quarterback. I think he could thrive there. But I mean, I would rather have Stafford. So
Dak shows up to work. Tua did every game last year, but he's had a problem in the past.
But tell me what Dak has done that Tua hasn't. Nothing.
1 playoff win, maybe.
Yeah. So Dak is 1-2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 2-5 in the postseason.
Okay, so he's got 2 playoff wins.
Yeah. 2-5 is not a good.
That's not a good. Now look, most quarterbacks end their career with a losing record in the playoffs. Most of them do.
He's got 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, 2-1.
Yeah,
not terrible.
I mean, like if I'm a Cowboys fan, I like Dak. I don't know that I love Dak. But again, I say this, I think Dak Prescott can consistently be a top 10 quarterback. You marry those guys in the NFL. You don't let those guys walk.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones would be crazy to let Dak Prescott walk. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Jerry? Jim, be Jerry Jones. What are you going to do? You're going to go draft quarterbacks better than Dak? You know the odds on that one?
Let me finish my bourbon, get out of the hot tub first.
I'll say this. I don't know if you guys agree with this. It just seems, and I joke with Orlovsky when he comes on during the season about, you guys never talk Cowboys. If you guys, and I know you don't watch Get Up, that is all. It doesn't matter if it's July, November, February. They are talking Dallas Cowboys and specifically Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott. I really believe behind the scenes, Dak would love to get out of Dallas.
He might. I don't know. But I'm just saying, if you're Jerry Jones, it's incalculable odds. It's probably not incalculable. And I can't say that word, so I need to avoid it anyway. The odds of you drafting a better quarterback than Dak Prescott are quite low.
The odds are against you, yeah.
Very much against you.
Yeah, of the 4 that went.
I'd take Dak over any of them.
Or the 6, I should say.
I'd take Dak right now over any of them because I've seen Dak. Now,
I would too.
Down the road, that could be a mistake on my part. But right now, if you said you can have Dak Prescott or any of the first-round quarterbacks 100% of the time.
I mean, Dak can 100% win you a championship.
Yeah. And you marry those guys in the NFL. You can't let those guys walk. You got to give him what he needs to stay. That's just the way the league works.
Is there a big difference between Dak and Josh Allen?
Not really. I don't think so.
I think pure talent, yeah.
I mean, I think Josh Allen's more talented, but just on what you've gotten out of it, what's the difference?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing really. I mean, Allen's probably won more playoff games, but they've not been to a Super Bowl.
Our GoFundMe started over there. Look at that.
We'll get to Zach's question here in just a second.
He's just donating money. That's all right. He doesn't even have a question.
Thank you, Zach.
Yeah, just donate money without a question. Thank you, Zach.
Are we sending Birmingham Southern to the D3 World Series? What are we doing in the chat these days?
They're giving us money, Jim.
Hey,
Thank you.
Our friends at Hempill.
Hey, when I tell you about Hempill, I need you to send Dr. Patterson, look, your DOB there.
Okay.
205, I do not, 229-2090.
What are we even doing?
I know the year because it used to be part of your ESPN login, which you changed on me, and I don't have the ESPN Plus anymore.
I don't even think I do anymore.
Whether you experience plumbing, heating, or cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there, 205-229-2090. Hard to stop a train. It's going to kiss 90 this weekend. You need to make sure that AC is ready to roll. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
All right. I've sent him the date of birth.
Okay.
I expect a card this year from you.
You've got it in your phone now.
I got to tell you what he said too. He's in the OR today, so
so he can't get to gym.
But he's gonna take care of it.
Dunaway's got a bad leg. We're trying to get him solved.
Another friend of mine who's a doctor was going to give me a shot because I had a little pain before golf, and she was like, "Just make sure you got to rest it for a week. No golf." And I was like, "Well, I'm actually leaving. I need the shot because I'm leaving on a golf trip." And she's like, "I'm not going to waste a shot on it."
I don't blame her.
So just ideas on the fly. I know we've talked about doing this this long, drawn out series of what really the departure from
just our story, the story of the show. I think, yeah.
But what about if we did a night with the next round, and we go to a really cool, intimate venue, and we do it for charity, and we sit on stage and we do a Q&A. And we just talk and tell our story.
I'm down for that. That's a great idea.
What's the music venue? Iron City?
There's a lot of different venues. We could talk on that, but I think we could really get we could come up with a fair price point. Maybe we could do inclusive drinks. We figure it out. We could do a good night.
And Scott and the video crew, Scott, Tyler, Lunsford, everybody rolls on it. We got the video forever. So if you don't get there, we'll release, I don't know. We'll figure out a way to do the video.
And you guys will give me this. I mean, us putting together a podcast, a series on this is got so many moving parts.
And it's going to be tough.
So much involvement. And the way to write this out, I think it would be easier for us just to go in, have an intimate night with our listeners, and have a lot of fun with us.
I'm down for this idea. I like this idea.
Hey, I am too. I am down with that. I'm for the 12.
We know you are.
I'll do whatever.
We're never going to be there, Jim. So
I'll do whatever you want to
do.
Before we get to Buster Olney coming up, one of my things I miss about Vern Lundquist not being with us anymore on the CBS broadcast with the SEC on CBS was Cue the Duck. Remember when you said
Cue the Duck?
Cue the Duck?
Yeah.
Forster, I don't know if he has it today, but yesterday I didn't get to it. He had a little weather video from Michigan.
Right.
And all I could think about was Cue the Duck, right? Weather blowing through Michigan. I wish little T was here to tell us where it was, but a big inflatable duck comes loose from, I don't know, here it is. Starts blowing across the road. Oh my gosh,
thing's huge.
Cue the Duck.
Cue the Duck.
Thunderstorms blowing through, and when those inflatable ducks get loose.
Now, if that would have hit Mincy, he would have gone viral.
Yeah, that's true. And he'd still be with us.
He would be in studio.
Yeah, Mincy had to go back to Chicago, not live with us coming up later this hour.
Poor Mincy, man. They're working him like a puppet.
They are. Yeah, they didn't get viral enough, unfortunately.
That's what happens, though.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening? Is this one of those, if you have, Brown, let's say that you've got your handgun in your car, do you shoot this?
Yeah, I shoot the duck. Yeah. I go ahead and deflate that thing before it hurts somebody.
Because that's going to do some damage.
Yep.
Yeah, it's I don't know how much damage it's going to do, but it could cause a wreck for sure.
Easily.
Cue the Duck. We'll cue Buster Olney when we come back. Show being brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. This is TNR.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites. Only at Twin Peaks.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
There is no better place to watch your favorite sporting events and enjoy great food than one of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons. The TVs are everywhere with your favorite sports, and the menu is second to none. From the great appetizers like the waffle cheese fries to the Avery Island salad, handhelds like the all-new chicken bomber, bistro specialties with a special taste of the bayou, the amazing hand-patty burgers, the great po' boys, and the specialty drinks. Visit any of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons: Greystone, Stadium Trace and Hoover, and the brand new location in Trussville.
You never know what we're up to here at the Next Round. The easiest way to stay in the know with our antics and adventures is to follow the Next Round across all social media platforms at Next Round Live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Whether it's Dunaway sleeping in the studio, Tim and Lunsford breaking down the latest movie release, or Game Day Chronicles, we are here to keep you updated on the latest sports news while, of course, having just a little bit of fun. Follow at Next Round Live across all platforms to join in.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
When on YouTube, you constantly hear requests to please like and subscribe. Well, here at Disrupt Media, we aren't going to play that game. Those demands are frankly outdated. So we just want you to hit like or subscribe. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure novel. Pick a path, hit like, or hit subscribe. It's your call. We don't care which, just pick one. Or go to Roll Tide Pods and do it. Or War Damn Pods. Or the Disrupt Media YouTube channel. Or The Meltdown. Just make a decision and stick with it. Like or subscribe, the choice is yours.
SEC baseball tournament continuing today. Right now, Kentucky and Arkansas battling out there. Again, the top teams lost yesterday, so they're all in the elimination games. I don't think that was great for Alabama's bubble either. I still feel like Alabama's in, but all the teams that were not the highest ranked teams winning probably made it a little bit more precarious there. Tell us about Woodhouse as we get ready to talk to Buster Olney.
Yeah, it is the gift of luxury from our friends at Birmingham's Best Day Spa, the Woodhouse Day Spa. Some of the great employees from Woodhouse came out last night to Odie's Team Trivia. Just great folks up there. You can choose from a menu of over 70 options, including massages, body treatments, skincare, waxing, nail services. Woodhouse Day Spa voted America's best day spa since 2009. Order that special person gift online 24/7, birmingham.woodhousespas.com, or stop into the Summit Shopping Centers. Tell Stuart and the great staff the Next Round sent you.
How'd Vandy do in baseball yesterday, Jim?
Vandy last night, all they did was go in and beat the number one team in the country.
That's right.
13-4, not even close.
ESPN's Buster Olney, one of the most famous Vandy grads out there. He's with us now on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. What a win for your Commodores there, Buster.
A big win. I can't tell you that I'm focusing on it because living here in Montana, I'm not kidding. As we speak, we've had 4 inches of snow, and it is dumping. We might get another 2 or 3 inches in the next 4 or 5 hours.
Buster, here in Alabama, it's May already, almost June. What is it in Montana? What month are you guys in?
I know, exactly.
I mean, how are you getting snow, Buster? It's almost Memorial
We're
Day.
getting killed. I can't underscore, it is dumping snow here like crazy.
Hey, so Buster, when you go for a walk around there, do you carry bear spray?
No, but it's interesting. When you go to fly out of the Bozeman airport, they don't ask you if you're carrying weapons or a bomb. They say, do you have any bear spray in your backpack? Because it is a thing.
Yeah,
okay.
That is the.
Now, another thing they do too is I've got 2 dogs. You take your dogs out in the woods, you put bells on them, okay, to warn the bear. And I remember the first time I went for a walk out here, and I asked a friend, I'm like, hey, with the dog with the bell, and is that to warn the bear? And they said, no, pretty much the way people have dogs here is that's the first line of defense.
Yes, got to sacrifice something.
It's unseasonably cool here right now too. It's only in the 80s, so it's
wow.
usually in the 90s for these SEC baseball tournament games going on. Hey, we watched the Orioles grow from a really bad team on the field, and they built this slowly, and the young talent came along, and they had the breakout year last year. Yesterday, the streak that they were doing where they had not been swept in the series since 2022 ended with the Cardinals sweeping them. How big of a streak was that for the Orioles to not ever get swept for that length of time? Is that unheard of? Is that a lengthy amount of time to not be swept?
Oh, it's huge. And I can't remember before the Orioles streak what the record was, but it coincides with the promotion of Adley Rutschman. Adley Rutschman was brought to the big leagues, and basically they weren't swept. And I think it was the week before I was watching an Oriole game. They were behind in the late innings in Camden Yards, and they tied the score and they won the game, and the crowd went crazy. Like everyone in Baltimore was aware of this streak and what a big deal it was. And I do think it spoke a lot to the consistency of the team. And yeah, they tanked for 5 years, and their general manager, Mike Elias, has picked the right players. They have a dynamic group. I think right now they're in baseball, there are 5 elite teams that have separated themselves from all the others. You got the Phillies, you got the Braves, you got the Dodgers, you got the Yankees, and the Orioles. And we'll see how aggressive they are in making trades before the deadline with their new ownership.
Buster, the Braves dominate in Wrigley yesterday, and we brought this up. It is amazing. Max Fried just absolutely loves to pitch against the Cubs, and after winning last night, retired his first 15 batters. He's 6-0 with a 1.18 ERA and 6 starts against the Cubs. Don't you find it interesting in this game of numbers, and Max Fried's a really good pitcher, how one guy can dominate one club like that?
Oh, yeah, and how it becomes a mental thing, right? Where Max Fried, I'm sure at this point, is taking the mound against the Cubs and feeling like this is my day. I'm gonna dominate this lineup. I do think it's a good matchup for him because when you look at the Cubs, they've got some of their best guys are left-handed hitters like Cody Bellinger, and it's interesting because Wrigley Field, with its dimensions, as you guys know, is a bandbox. But if you get to pitch in Wrigley Field on most days, and the wind is blowing in off of Lake Michigan, it is distinctly a pitcher's park because anything hit in the air, to right field especially, gets knocked down. 2 days ago was the opposite, where the wind was just flying out of there. The outfielders were having all kinds of problems with any balls hit in the air. But on most days now, Wrigley Field is a great pitcher's park. Max Fried loves it there.
How can you be 10 games above 500, yet 6 games out of first place in your division right now like the Braves are? That seems to be crazy. The Phillies are that good right now, huh?
The Phillies are extraordinary. Now, we have to put in the caveat, which is that after playing the Braves in that early season series, they have not had another series against a team over 500. Think about that. Oh, wow. Last Sunday, when we had the Padres and the Braves, I was talking with Matt Olson, the Braves first baseman. He just looked at me and goes, "We face so many aces. Like the Braves feel like they've run into these number ones all over the place. And the Phillies, on the other hand, are playing the dregs of baseball. They have been to this point. At some point, they're going to start playing really great teams, and we'll see how good they are. But I also think that reflects to some degree the issues with the Braves offense, to me, are becoming real, right? Where Matt Olson's turned it back on, and I think he's going to be fine. Austin Riley, he still, needs to bounce back from the injury that he suffered, the oblique injury. And when I talked to him the other day, he felt like he was really making progress. So he probably will be in the swing of things. For me, Ronald Acuna Jr., there's a real concern. And I have covered so many players who had a phenomenal season one year, and last year he's National League MVP, and then the following year they struggle, I think in part because, and I related this to Brian Snitker, the Braves manager, the other day, and as I started to say this, he began to nod his head. Like, players want to replicate the success they had the previous year, and when they don't get off to a good start, it weighs on them. And it feels like when you watch Ronald Acuna Jr. right now, his concentration level is really wavering. Eduardo Perez, who does the games for us on Sunday night, also wonders if Eric Young, who's kind of like the Acuna whisperer on the past coaching staffs, now he's going on to the Angels, not having him around. Eduardo wonders if that's having an impact on Acuna.
The Phillies at 36-14, best 50-game start since 2001 with the Seattle Mariners. I go back to that team that won a major league record 116 games, and they didn't even get out of the divisional round. I know they ran into the Yankees, but when you talk to Mariners fan, we've got a good friend of ours, Brock Heward, who does Fox College Football, and he lives and dies by the Mariners, and that is like one of their darkest moments. What do you remember most about that 116-win Mariners team that couldn't get out of the first round of the postseason?
Yeah, so what I remember was, and that was 2001, if I remember correctly, right? Where they won 116 games. Well, when they got into the playoffs that year, I was covering the Yankees for the New York Times. The Yankees team had so much energy. This is right after 9/11. And the fan base after 9/11, for the first time ever, maybe the only time ever, everybody was rooting for the Yankees. And there was so much energy within that group of players who had success. And then late in the year, they got really hot. And they had everybody backing them. And I remember they lost that series, the Mariners did, in 5 games to the Yankees in the postseason. And the Yankee Stadium crowd, who, obviously so many of them new people from 9/11, they started chanting, goodbye to the Mariners. And Lou Piniella is standing, the manager of the Mariners is standing in the Seattle dugout, and he's nodding his head saying, these people deserve that.
Wow.
Like, there was an emotional momentum at that time against the Mariners that I don't think anybody, could have seen coming, and you can understand how it impacted the players.
ESPN's Buster Olney with us each week at this time on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. They'll have Cubs Cardinals Sunday night in St. Louis. You'll see Buster there. We will reach Memorial Day with Houston below 500 and behind in their division. You don't often find them there at Memorial Day. Do you have faith that post-Memorial Day this will be a different Astros team?
Yes, I do. They're playing better. They have seemingly been better since they got Justin Verlander back off the injured list. Kyle Tucker's developing into an MVP candidate. Alex Bregman has bounced back. And I do think there's going to be a day when the Mariners and the Texas Rangers are going to regret not burying the Astros in the first 2 months like they had a chance.
Yeah.
And remember, Houston's played in the American League Championship Series 7 straight seasons. So there is a championship pedigree there, and I think they will pick themselves up.
So, Buster, I'm in this this group draft where we all get 4 major league teams, and it's a snake draft. And late in that draft, I got the Guardians. And, I know the AL Central is a weird division. I didn't expect Cleveland to be this good. I know Kansas City's sitting there. They've won 6 straight. Cleveland's won 6 straight. Why are the Guardians through 50 games so good right now?
Because they upgraded their offense, right? Last year, and my numbers are going to be a little bit off, but I think they hit 30 fewer home runs than any other team. And look, they're not a dynamic slugging team, but it's a better offense. And in 2024, when you see so much swing and miss, the Guardians lineup, they put the ball in play. Jose Ramirez is the king of the 13 pitch at bat that ends with a home run. Stephen Kwan, when he's healthy, he's dynamic. The Naylor brothers, up and down that lineup, I think there's much more depth in the past. They always pitch well, but they're a good team. I would say this. When we talk about the 5 elite teams in baseball and then who else is going to be relevant beyond that, the Kansas City Royals are really interesting. Most of the preseason projections have them 71 to 74 wins. Guys, they're on a pace to win 100 games. And they've got 2 core stars, anchor stars, in Bobby Witt Jr., who right now is probably among the 3 best players in baseball, and Cole Reagan's a lefty who I know conversations with Jim Palmer, the broadcaster with the Orioles, reminds him of Ron Guidry. Like, he's got a nasty slider, and he's going to be in the Cy Young conversation, I think, at the end of the year.
What was Guidry's nickname? Louisiana something? Or I forget what
Louisiana
it was.
Lightning.
Louisiana Lightning. That's right, for Guidry. Before you go, Buster, Babe Ruth's 1932 game-worn Call the Shot jerseys going up for auction. They're expecting it to go for $30 million. Have you put your bid in?
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Wow, $30 million. It's interesting. When David Wells was on the Yankees, he bought a Babe Ruth cap, and he wore it in the first inning pitching. And when word got to Joe Torre, the Yankees manager, he was so angry. He immediately ordered him to take it off. David Cohn told me recently that he bought that cap for something like $30,000, and now he recently sold it for like $600,000.
Wow.
Like, the memorabilia business is just skyrocketing. That would be a pretty cool jersey to have. And you guys have seen that grainy video of him sort of waving his hand at the pitcher, Charlie Root. We'll always wonder if, in fact, he did call his shot.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, didn't George Costanza wear it in Seinfeld? Was that the jersey?
So.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
All right. Cardinals and Cubs coming up Sunday night in St. Louis. Looks like a cool park. I've never been to the new Busch Stadium. I don't know how new it is anymore.
I've been there. Yeah.
Have you? You like
nice.
it?
Yeah.
I remember you took the family. Yeah.
It was either July 3rd or 4th. It was fireworks afterwards.
Okay.
It was really good.
Pretty good
it,
spot to watch a game, Buster. You like that one?
Yes, and the arch, beyond center field, you can see that, and like a lot of the other modern day parks, I mean, the best example of this is in Atlanta around Truist. They've got the Battery and all those shops and stores. That's the way it is around Busch Stadium. It's a fun game to cover, that's for sure.
You will see that Sunday night on ESPN. Thank you so much for the time, Buster. Have a great trip.
All right, guys. Always fun.
All right, buddy. Talk to you next week. Buster with us each week, courtesy of the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. ESPN's Buster Olney.
I would tell you, if you're ever in St. Louis, they have this unbelievable kids museum that they just took over a vacant warehouse, and it is multi-levels, and it includes from the top floor to the bottom a slide that takes you through every level.
Ooh.
Sort of a spiral slide all the way down to the bottom.
Did you like St. Louis? Like, I've never spent time there, but we went through there for the bracket challenge loss 2 summers ago.
Maggie liked it.
Oh, it seemed a little rough around the edges.
It is. In fact, we stayed, I think, at the hotel that used to be in the old train depot. I don't know what the hotel's called. And, I looked on how far the stadium was, so I walked on July 3rd or 4th up to the stadium. We walked as a family to the game. And then we were starting to leave and was told not to walk back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll get your attention.
So I was like, okay, I will not walk back. I will take an Uber.
Did you eat any toasted ravioli? That's a specialty in St. Louis.
I've had that before.
I
did not have it on that trip, but I do enjoy
Supposedly you find the best toasted rav in St. Louis.
I think it's a St. Louis delicacy.
I think so, yeah. I like toasted ravioli, though.
But it was a good trip. We took the family up in the arch, and it's a tight little thing.
No, you didn't care for it, did you?
No, I
didn't say
didn't.
it.
No.
If you've got claustrophobia, not a place to be?
No, you're in a little capsule that was built in the 1960s. It's like a ride from Disney that takes you up to the top, and then you get out, and you're looking out little small windows. And
did they say anything about the power ever going out in there? Because I'm sure you guys have been to the Sears Tower, but I thought it was interesting when you're waiting in that line to go up these elevators that fly, but it still takes 3 minutes to get up there, where it said the power has never gone out in this building.
Oh,
you're like,
tell me
what a
that.
jinx.
Yeah, you don't need to read that. Power has never. Yeah. Show being brought to you by A+. Tyler has our 4 downs coming up in the next segment. We'll do that in the next segment. Steve says toasted rav is meh.
I like toasted rav.
Yeah. Scott eats it on the reg. Does Debbie and do you cook that at the house there, Forrester?
I said I would eat.
Oh, you would eat it on
I'd
the reg.
eat it on the reg.
You would eat it
I like
on the
toasted
reg.
It sounds good.
No, it's good.
Never had it.
It is good.
It is good. It is good. Tell us about A+, and then we'll get to our 4 downs today, and then more college football coming up at the top of the hour.
A+ Tile Home Remodeling. That is the company that redid the master bathroom in the Brown house. When it came time to redo our master bathroom, my wife scoured the internet to find the best person for the job. She talked to contractors. She talked to people that had used certain contractors, read reviews and all that. She selected out of that group Brad Bell and A+ Tile Home Remodeling. I am so glad she did. Brad's crews did incredible work at our house, and I can't say enough great things about the crews. They were on time every day, which you wouldn't think that stands out, but it does if you've used contractors. They did great clean work at the end of each day. The foreman of the crew brought us in and showed us every single thing they had done that day and made sure it met our expectations, answered any questions we had. I'm just telling you, man, start to finish, it was fantastic. Brad specializes in master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closets. That is where you'll get your money back when you go to sell your home. So you're going to enjoy it while you get it, and you're going to get your money back when you sell it. So call Brad now. Here's his number. Anywhere in Alabama, he can help you. 205-422-1758. Brad Bell, A+ Tile Home Remodeling, 205-422-1758.
Troy says Olive Garden's lasagna fritta is the way to go. He likes that right there. I will tell you, we'll update you on what the Louisville police and mayor are saying about the arrest of Scotty Sheffler. They're in the middle of a news conference right now after reviewing all the video and talking to all the witnesses and the people involved in that. An update on that and 4 downs when we come back next, right here on The Next Round.
Call The Next Round now at 205-734-0923.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
There is no better place to watch your favorite sporting events and enjoy great food than one of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons. The TVs are everywhere with your favorite sports, and the menu is second to none. From the great appetizers like the waffle cheese fries to the Avery Island salad, handhelds like the all-new chicken bomber, bistro specialties with a special taste of the bayou, the amazing hand-patty burgers, the great po' boys, and the specialty drinks. Visit any of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons: Greystone, Stadium Trace and Hoover, and the brand new location in Trussville.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 20/200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Things fall apart. There's even a book about it, but that doesn't mean you have to break the bank to fix them. Ryan Brown here for the next round. Our friends at Mortgage Right have a new renovation option that will make repairs and other home improvements easy. If you've recently purchased a home and find yourself short on cash, or you're looking to buy a fixer-upper, Mortgage Right's renovation loan program can help you spruce up your space. Repairs can be made to your roof, plumbing, flooring, and more with the help of top-notch mortgage professionals. So get your fix by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR. And MLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
Every day, someone is ridiculed and mocked for the clothing they chose to wear. It's a harsh reality we all must face. But you have the chance to change all of that with one visit to nextround.store. For just a few minutes of browsing, you will observe so many clothing options, from hats to hoodies to t-shirts. Please, for yourself or someone you love, go to nextround.store and embrace the warmth of true attire.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you: Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Louisville's mayor is speaking now, but the police chief, she just gave the presentation. There was some corrective discipline to the police officer there in Louisville for violating some protocol, but they're going to let the judicial system continue on, is what we gained from the news conference there. And there'll be more reaction coming up when you that's Jeff Darlington's video you're looking at now, as Scotty Sheffler was getting arrested last week at the PGA Championship. Again, there was a loss of life in a traffic incident that caused the backup and the confusion there on that round 2 of the PGA Championship. There'll be 2 videos that will be released here in the next few minutes from body cameras of police officers of those involved, and then there will be reaction to all those, and then the judicial system will go on. But the belief is that charges eventually will be dropped against Scotty Sheffler. We'll keep you updated on that as we continue on live here on the next round. Buster Olney just with us, wherever you get the podcast. That's where you can get Buster if you missed that. Also, a new Uncorked coming from Europe very soon. The Meltdown is live today with Melton and Lunsford at 2 Central, a day after you were on the trivia show yesterday, our pop culture podcast. They do trivia every week, and
it was a monumental day. So 3 things happened. Tyler was called in as a lifeline the most times he's ever been called in.
By you? Or just everyone?
Everyone. I only called him in one time. Lunsford had the highest score ever recorded in trivia, and I had the lowest score ever recorded.
Breaking my record, correct?
You only had -1. That was not the lowest. I think EG and Tyler were tied for the lowest at -9.
Yeah, look, I went in aggressive.
Clearly. Yeah.
Well, look, there was questions like, and this was the question for trivia last night that I actually stole from these guys. What is the name of a female alligator?
Jane.
Yeah, Allie.
I thought it was
alligator. It's a cow. Like it's
cow?
Oh, wow.
A male is a bull, a female is a cow.
You are such a cow.
Then I was asked.
Same way for a manatee. I know that, right? Manatees are cows.
I thought this was incredible. I was asked, and of course, I know questions or answers to other questions that aren't mine.
I only heard one. We turned it on here, and Brown will back it. I'm laying in pain over there with my back on the floor.
Laying in the floor over
And they
here.
asked the question, what was it, a 50-foot real estate sign, something like that? And I instantly go, it's the Hollywood sign.
The Hollywood sign. Dunaway got that one right.
I did not know that. Lunsford got that right. But I was also asked, how about this one? In the movie Child's Play, which all the way goes back to 1988, Chucky the doll, what was the criminal's real life name that was Chucky?
No idea.
And I said James Earl Ray. It was Charles Lee Ray. Who in the hell would know that?
I don't know, but boy,
I mean,
you
I
got
was close.
Yeah, you got close.
You should have just answered Ray.
Yeah.
I was asked Beyonce's first solo album, the title of that. I mean, I was just asked some random ass stuff.
Yeah, so was I that day. Beyonce, it was the name of her album.
No.
Nope.
No.
That would have been my answer.
I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, but I knew everybody else's questions. I knew the answer to except mine. That's the way trivia usually works. You can be part of trivia every Wednesday night at Odie's. He just told you what the question was. How did it go last night? Tell us about Odie's.
It was great. Great crowd. I got to see our friends, Russ and Beth Campbell were there last night, came by. Rocky played 3 or 4 tunes last night, completely packed. Always fun every single Wednesday night. Make sure you stop into the Crestline, original location there for that. If you're just driving around looking for a big-time lunch, stop in. Rodney Davis, incredible food. 33 years now, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light. 2 locations to serve you. The original in Crestline, now in Edgewood, right there in the corner of Oxmoor and Broadway. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. It's Odie's Tavern.
Lunsford, while he's still back there and on the microphone, 24/7 Sports has released their 5-star athletes, 32 of them for the 2025 class. And that includes Jared Smith, Thompson High School edge rusher, 6'6", Jared Smith. What do you make of him?
I haven't actually seen him play yet because that was that transfer that happened midseason, and
From
he was
Spain
a captain.
Park, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was a captain for most of the playoff games, but never actually played. He dressed out every time. He just never actually took the field. It was one of those, I guess, if you don't feel like you need it, don't push it in case you get called, I guess. I don't know. But I did see him play at Spain Park. I mean, he's good, but that's something that Thompson has had a lot of success of because they had Alexander. I can't remember his first name. Jeremiah Alexander that went to Alabama. Went to Alabama. Then he had Peter Woods, who's at Clemson now, and had a pretty good freshman year that now he's going to come in and be the next one. So they can turn out some pretty good edge rushers.
Of the 32 right now, Ohio State's got the most of them committed. A lot of them are uncommitted. It's for the next recruiting class signing day in December. But Auburn does have one in Malik Autry. So Auburn's got a 5-star guy there. You see Malik 29th overall on the list. There's a A&M, USC, there's a Georgia, Florida State, Ole Miss. And on page 1, there's a ton of Ohio State who's been killing it in recruiting. This is normal recruiting, high school recruiting, not the portal. Portal day yesterday was really big in college football. A couple of guys who've been waiting to land, including Tyler Barron, the big guy from Tennessee, slightly to Ole Miss and Louisville. He's going to Miami. Miami continues to upgrade. Former Tennessee edge rusher Tyler Barron now going to the Miami Hurricanes, and they have flipped the roster down in Miami. One of you were talking about them maybe winning the ACC yesterday.
That'd be Lance Taylor.
Yeah. I think Miami's going to be really, really good. I think it comes down to Clemson, Miami. I mean, you could have some dark horses. I know we're going to get into a team tomorrow that has got one of the more beneficial schedules I've ever seen in the ACC, but I do think Miami's got a ton of talent. It starts with the quarterback, best quarterback they've had. I can't remember the last time they've had a quarterback this good in Cam Ward.
And South Alabama linebacker Khalil Jacobs, who visited Alabama. You know, his coach is the head coach there, defensive coordinator there, his former head coach, and Kane Womack. Visited Auburn, visited Ole Miss, but he signs with Missouri yesterday. Big guy, Khalil there, who was a big part of South Alabama's defense. And I can only assume that, I don't know, Missouri may have paid more NIL or something, but I just assumed that Alabama would be in the mix, if not Bama, Auburn, and he ends up at Missouri. So pretty interesting destination there. So a couple big portal moves yesterday in college football, the Barron one being the biggest, going to Miami. That gets us to 4 Downs today, brought to you by the great folks at Slice. Put together usually by Rockstar on Thursday, but today it's Tyler.
Hey, and I've got some extra bonus ones, Brown.
You did
Birthdays
some
if you
too?
want to do it, yeah. Do you want to start birthdays, or do you want to let Tyler start? Completely up to you guys.
Tyler did some. I'd say we let's go Tyler first.
Okay.
First down.
Let's do the Slice thing first.
Yeah, 5 locations. The original Lakeview, Vestavia, Montevallo, Crestline Park. Now in Edgewood. Get in, see the Bajalia brothers. Tell them the next round sent you. Local pizza, local ingredients. Get a slice and a salad today. For more information, slicebirmingham.com.
And if I get a vote, I want to go Tyler first, too.
Okay, you get a vote.
First down.
Tyler's one of the 12.
When was the last time you guys saw a working payphone?
I really can't remember. I saw you send this morning, and I, honest to goodness, cannot remember the last time I have viewed a working payphone.
I assume it was in the picture Taylor sent us when she was putting the sticker on a phone booth in London.
I don't know if it was working or not. I will tell you this. So I was still married. I think the year was 2015 on Bourbon Street. And I think I've got this posted on Instagram. There was a payphone on Bourbon Street, and it was the filthiest looking payphone you've ever seen.
No telling what's on that receiver.
But it was working, and I was just like, and that's a decade ago. I mean, how obsolete have payphones become now? But a decade ago, I was blown away there was a working payphone on Bourbon Street. I think that was the last time I've seen it.
Paul's got a good one in jail.
Yeah, I bet Scotty Scheffler's seen one since we have. Yeah.
2 years ago, says somebody blew by too quickly up in Boston. I just don't see payphones anymore at all.
They've disappeared. Much less a working one.
No, the best was back like in the early 2000s when everyone had a cell phone, but you would be driving by and you'd see some dude, his Mercedes pulled up in a gas station parking lot and he's on a phone. You know exactly what he's on the phone for.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I yesterday, I saw a couple breaking up. I had to run to Target to get more card stock.
Break up at Target?
Yeah, they were in the corner parking lot, away from traffic, tucked in a corner, arguing from one car to another. I got the feeling one of them was in a different relationship.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted to be in a spot that they couldn't be.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Seen.
We need to end this affair. Let's do it in the corner of Target parking
You bought detergent at Walmart? I said never buy it anywhere but Target.
But, in this day and age, I did not make eye contact. I was many parking spots away.
Keep moving.
I was just flip-flops and shorts and just rolling in there to just get my card stock. I did not look up, but I could hear him walking in.
You didn't want to give him advice?
Did not want to try to save the love triangle or dynamic.
I bet they're already talking again today.
I bet they are too. Undefeated.
Second down.
What's one product that you always see celebrities endorse or make their own version of that just is never worth it?
Okay, give
candles,
me an example.
Candles is what I was going to say, yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow's candle, way underrated.
That's fair.
I mean, a candle, they all burn the same. They all either smell good or they don't. I can spend $5 or I can spend $5,000.
I think there is a difference between a really good candle and a shitty candle.
No, I really don't think so. No, they all burn the same. So it's all got a wick and wax. That's all it is.
I do think there is a difference in candles. I'm just saying when celebrities put their names on it, that doesn't make it any better than just buying a high-end candle. I bet E.G., if she was in here, would say makeup. I think a lot of these endorsed makeups by celebrities are not maybe the best makeup out there.
This one? I feel like if I'm ever on a really, really tight budget, I might have to go the Shaquille O'Neal route of the General.
Insurance?
Yeah, it just, he doesn't sell it well. It's like, I don't know if I feel like I'm in the best hands. Like if I get rear-ended by somebody,
I'm with you.
The General is really going to be able to take care of me, put me in a rental.
Yeah. I always felt like that their best version would be, hey, you got to have insurance. Why not go with the General?
Yeah.
Yes.
We know times are tough. It's part of, legally what you've got to do. And we'll make it as easy on you. Now, I don't know if you're going to get reimbursed.
Yes. We may be here when you call. We don't know.
Third down.
21 years ago today, the movie Bruce Almighty starring Jim Carrey and Steve Carell was released. So what is the best Jim Carrey movie?
Truman Show.
Yep.
Not even close. I think Truman Show's good.
Truman Show.
Dumb and Dumber's fun. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, not even close. 1,000% his
That's
best
a great
work.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Truman Show's fantastic. That's my favorite Drew Carey movie.
I didn't see the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I have not seen that one either.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys would. I don't think you guys would like it.
What's somebody laughing at?
You said it was your favorite Drew Carey movie.
No,
he was not in it. Jim Carrey was.
Drew Carey coming up in extended.
Yeah,
4 downs.
See, I was already thinking ahead. Sorry, I'll focus
No,
on
I
fourth
don't
down
think Tyler. I don't think these two would like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Maybe Jim would, but I don't think so.
Is there nudity?
No.
Kate Winslet's got pink hair.
Is there a love interest?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate Winslet.
Well, they're trying to. So the premise is they are, and I think Charlie Kaufman wrote the screenplay. Very interesting guy. But the premise is these two deep in love, but they want to erase the memories where they can get out of this relationship without a painful breakup.
Okay.
Oh,
interesting.
But it's really cool and well done, and it's trippy, but it's really good.
Truman Show's really good. I like it.
Fourth down.
10 years ago today, Adam Sandler's Blended was released.
I can't wait for you to ask this
today
question.
Today is the 44th anniversary of The Shining. Knowing I'm going to get attacked.
Oh, this is
Who
embarrassing.
has the better career, Adam Sandler or Jack Nicholson?
I know you're kidding, right?
Okay, you just tell him at 7:43? What did I get on the microphone right here and say? Hey, what did I say?
Jim said, "Are you serious? Lance is going to eviscerate you for this."
Well, I just don't understand it. Like, I'll give Adam Sandler credit for what he's been able to do and this money he's been able to print and taking care of his friends. It seems like a great guy, but I don't want to say there's no talent there.
Why did you go Jack Nicholson? Just to get Lance's reaction, which you haven't gotten
No,
what you
he
thought you were going to
said
get.
44 years ago today, The Shining was released.
Well, I know,
It's
but
both.
By the way, guess who
Okay.
was there 44 years ago today?
You?
I was.
In the theater?
The night it premiered, yeah.
Were you
little Lance Taylor.
I was 8.
Yeah.
I told you, my mom drugged me to these damn movies. That's why I'm so warped. And my dreams, you don't want to be in my dreams.
I don't want to be in your dreams.
You
When
don't.
we were talking about
If I
Kayla
had
DeBoer's
abs, I
phone,
may get there.
we were talking about Kayla DeBoer's phone yesterday. Somebody in the chat room said, "I just hope to God Lance is never holding Kayla DeBoer's phone in one of his dreams."
You know, it's funny. Maddie asked me this morning, how were the dreams last night? I was like, I didn't really, they were good last night. I mean, I don't remember them, so they weren't bad. But yeah, I was there. I can't believe you're asking this question. Jack Nicholson, a guy that has been nominated for 12 Academy Awards. He's won 3. One of the greatest. He would be on the Mount Rushmore of greatest actors.
Yeah. Now, Forrester said now if you factor in money, Adam Sandler gets into the conversation.
Oh, he does.
yeah.
He's made a ton of money. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can't.
But sometimes you guys lean money. That's the first thing. Well, let's check their net worth.
Well, check their net worth. I bet Jack Nicholson's right there with him. I mean, I think Adam Sandler's got more. Adam Sandler's probably worth $400 million. Jack Nicholson's probably worth $250
I got
to $300 million.
$420 for Adam Sandler.
That's about right.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good living for
That
a guy
ain't
with no
bad.
talent.
That
I
ain't
think
bad.
Jack's probably $250 million.
Jack Nicholson net worth $420. I've got $400. They're the same, pretty much. Yeah, net worth's about the
this is
same.
not even close. We appreciate the effort, though,
Yeah,
Tyler.
thanks, Tyler.
And that's our 4 downs today, brought to you by our friends at Slice.
Do we want to extend it?
Yeah, we can
Oh, yeah.
extend it a little bit, but give me that Slice tagger right here. Then.
Yeah, 5 locations created by the late Jeff Bajaya. His legacy continues to be celebrated by his brothers Jason and Chris. Get in, tell them the next round sent you. 5 locations, slicebirmingham.com.
Hey, and we're into the final hour of the show now, brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, now open on 119 in Alabaster. Sterling and the crew will take care of you. Lunch, brine chicken overnight, cooked to order, flavor down to the bone. Hand-cut chicken fingers, Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, and so much more. Champy'sChicken.com. Continuing on now with more with Lance.
Yeah, 5th down. Jewel, 50 years old today. Never got that tooth fixed, but better career, Jewel or Lou Diamond Phillips?
I go Jewel.
See, I threw a diamond in there?
Yeah, I did notice that. I'll go Jewel over Lou Diamond Phillips.
Was really good in that fighter pilot movie where we had to go rescue a pilot from Russia.
Iron Eagle?
Courage Under Fire.
Courage Under
Was in
Fire.
a helicopter, but yeah.
Courage Under Fire was good. He was really
Young
good.
Guns.
Young Guns is what he's most known for.
Chavez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going to go Jewel. She has more staying power. What's Lou Diamond Phillips done recently?
He still does some stuff. He did one of these Netflix shows. Oh, my gosh. What was it called? I didn't like it. It was about the dude like in Montana or Wyoming. He was a sheriff.
Yeah, that's it.
He wasn't the father of Screech, though, right? They were not related?
No.
Okay.
Why would you think Lou Diamond Phillips and Screech are related?
What's Screech's real name?
Dustin Diamond.
Dustin Diamond?
Yeah. Diamond's the name, man.
All right.
Okay, 6 down. Drew Bledsoe.
I did better on trivia. I did better on trivia than he did.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't see what about that makes you think they're related. Lou Diamond Phillips and Screech look nothing alike. Like, I don't know who the mom would have to be to squeeze out Screech if Lou Diamond Phillips was the dad.
I would say Dustin Diamond. Diamond is not his real last name. And I would say
imagine
Lou's middle name is not really Diamond either.
Anyway, go ahead.
So 6 down. Drew Carey, you brought up.
I did bring up.
66 years old. By the way, I've heard he's one of the nicest celebrities out there.
Oh, really?
Yep. Better career, Drew Carey or Drew Bledsoe?
I think I'd go Drew Carey here. You know, Drew Bledsoe was going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback if he doesn't get hurt. That's the crazy thing.
Maybe a Super Bowl champion.
Maybe a Super Bowl champion, but he was going to be, I think, in the Hall of Fame. I mean, his passing numbers were on the way to being – he was going to be maybe a top 5 passer of all time.
I think people forget he got him to a Super Bowl. They just ran into a buzzsaw with Brett Favre and Green Bay.
And he goes down and loses his job forever, basically. Drew Carey, though, I mean, the Drew Carey show was pretty popular, I think.
It was
for a brief moment.
He still hosts Price is Right.
Price is Right is one of the all-time greats, and he's hung in there.
I think I would go Drew Carey.
I think I would too.
Yeah. And then finally, 7th down for you, Aaron Donald. Sadly retired now, 33 years old. Think about it for a minute before you guys knee-jerk me like we did with Tyler.
Okay.
Better career, Aaron Donald or Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, both have 1 ring, right?
Yep.
Both were considered the best at the position. That would be a tie.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. I don't think I'd go after you after that one.
I think the difference is, Aaron's played a lot longer, Aaron Rodgers, and his career's not done. Like, if he was to win a Super Bowl with the Jets, I'll hand it to him. He's got to go in. Yeah.
But, I mean, I think Aaron Donald has been the best interior defensive lineman of this generation.
For a decade,
Yeah, so, I mean, that's a tough one to call. I might go Aaron Donald just because I think he's clearly the best. I don't know that you say Aaron Rodgers is clearly the best.
All right, a few more things to get to, including our 40 and 40 team in trash as we roll on today. The show being brought to you by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, UCA. They've got 16 great locations around the great state of Alabama. We talk about staying healthy all the time on the show, both physically and mentally as a man as you age 20 to 30 and on to your 40s and 50s. Things change in your body. You need to stay on top of that. A great place to do that is with Urology Centers of Alabama. From prostate health to kidney stones and everything in between, they'll take care of you. Schedule an appointment today, urologycentersalabama.com. Find that location near you, urologycentersalabama.com, or call them up, 205-930-0920. This is the next round.
Everything Alabama, all the time. Subscribe and set alerts at Roll Tide Pods on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of the next round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Let's face it, a home is one of the most powerful assets you can have, and our friends at Mortgage Right want to help you build wealth through home ownership. Mortgage Right is all about providing competitive rates, a variety of loan products, and a multitude of resources for a seamless home buying experience. They treat their borrowers like family and are always looking to bring more happy homeowners under their roof. See more by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR today and start living. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, equal housing lender.
Hey, you. Summer's here. Time to get hot. And at New Balance Birmingham, that's just what we got. For a summertime vibe, see what's inside. Come together at New Balance Birmingham on Highway 280, right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, we got now.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1, find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2, stream it now. Miss Hour 3, download it for later. Miss Hour 4, well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Final hour of the show here. LTD&B and all the guys, Tyler and Lunsford and Forrester. Emily Grace McWhorter. Rockstar's off today. Taylor's still in Europe. Uncorked coming up from over in Europe. She's having a time if you're following her on all of her social media platforms. The Meltdown guys with our pop culture podcast at 2 o'clock later today, wherever you get them. Make sure to watch them, like, and subscribe. And also new Elephant in the Room and Village Vice dropping a rolled Tide Pods and War Damn Pods. You can check all that out at Disrupt the Media. Like and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We'll get to our 40 and 40 team in just a second. Right now, Kentucky beating Arkansas 6-0 at the SEC baseball tournament, the first on elimination day out there. Double elimination games going on. Kentucky, after losing last night, battling like everybody did that were ranked last night, losing, battling later on today, Texas A&M and Tennessee, and then the winner's bracket going on in the night session. We start the softball tournament today. Alabama plays tomorrow. And just major matchups. We actually get Florida State and Oklahoma, two perennial powers, playing each other in Norman. Georgia's out playing UCLA. Baylor in Florida. Duke and Missouri. Alabama's at Tennessee, so we'll have at least one SEC team in Oklahoma City. Tennessee's a heavy favorite to mounts there, to advance there. But we also get Texas A&M and Texas before Texas comes to the SEC. They start their series tomorrow at 5 o'clock, best of 3 in Austin. Think there'll be any juice in that one? I know these softball arenas and stadiums are small, but 3,000, 4,000 Aggies and Longhorns reunited again on the baseball, in this case the softball field, with the winner going to the College World Series.
Could they sell it out in December?
They could sell it out in December.
I've told you guys this before. Growing up as a kid, to me, Texas A&M was always a bigger game than Texas Oklahoma. I think just because it always seemed like it was a Thanksgiving night or Thanksgiving weekend. It was played, the same weekend as the Iron Bowl was played, and Ohio State, Michigan was played.
A lot of times on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah. But it was played in that rivalry. So to me, as a little kid, I always thought that was the biggest game Texas A&M played. It was until later on that I realized Texas Oklahoma had because if you remember, when I was a younger teenager, Oklahoma had fallen way off. That was back in, was it John Blake? You remember him being the coach?
Yep. Yeah. Snellenberger was there 1 year, I believe.
Yeah, Gary Gibbs, John Blake, Schnellenberger, that window there.
Awful.
Oklahoma was no good.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost a solid decade until Stoops took over the program.
So Texas Oklahoma had nothing for me when I was a kid. Texas A&M was a much bigger game.
Oh, but a lot of times they were 7-3, and 6-4 playing each other on ESPN on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah, but I mean, Oklahoma was such a bad program at the time. It just did not do anything to me. This was post-Switzer. Now, when I was a little kid and Switzer was owning the Big Eight, now Oklahoma had something, but boy, post-Switzer, they fell way off.
Would you take SEC or field?
In the softball?
No, I would take not SEC.
Yeah. The field.
I would take.
So Oklahoma's the favorite?
Texas is the
Texas
favorite.
is the favorite,
Yeah,
okay.
Texas hosting Texas A&M. They're the number 1 overall seed. Oklahoma is 2. And I think Oklahoma State has actually won games against both of them.
Wow. I mean,
and
Texas
Oklahoma State's in the mix.
Is hitting 383 as a team, and they average over 8 runs per game. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, it is insane. 383 as a team's crazy.
Oklahoma, I think, has won 3 straight. And for them not to be the number 1 overall seed, they lost a couple of series this year. Fun stuff. Softball starting today with a couple of games and continuing through the weekend, just like the baseball out at the Hoover Met, secsports.com for tickets. Time for our 40 and 40 countdown, brought to you by our friends at mybookie.ag. Brownie, tell us about MyBookie.
You can play those casino games right there in the comfort of your home at mybookie.ag. Perhaps you've had that deal where you've planned a weekend casino trip with the gang and real life calls and everything gets canceled. Does not happen when you play the mybookie.ag casino. Truly realistic casino experience, latest in slots, progressive jackpots, live dealer action in the comfort of your own home. A Las Vegas experience where you don't have to wear a shirt or pants if you don't want to because you're in your own home. Start at mybookie.ag today by getting that generous sign-on bonus when you use code NEXTROUND. Code NEXTROUND at mybookie.ag, and you get a great sign-up bonus. And they've got a revamped loyalty program, a host of exclusive VIP perks, all right there at mybookie.ag, code NEXTROUND. The more you play, the more you win with mybookie.ag, code NEXTROUND, bringing you our 40 and 40.
All right, 40 and 40. Looking at the big screen, Baylor slides in at 34. So we've given you Houston at 40, James Madison, Virginia Tech, Tulane, BYU, UCF yesterday. And here comes Baylor. 34 seems high, LT, considering they lost their last 5 games last year to finish 3-9. They're coming in just like Florida on a 5-game losing streak this year.
Yeah, look, Dave Aranda, to me, really good defensive coordinator. I don't think he's a good head coach. You look at he's going into year number 5 in Waco, 2-7, 12-2, incredible year there. Had an opportunity to get to a college football playoff possibly if they would have won that game late in that season.
Lost it at the goal line, didn't they?
6-7. And then last year, their worst year at 3-9, they were 1-7 at home. They had everything in front of them. Led the nation with 8 home games. Didn't have Oklahoma on the schedule, and they go 1-7 at home. This is a pivotal year. I think Aranda could get fired this year if he doesn't turn it around. The offensive line was disastrous. They averaged 3.3 yards per carry last year, only 114 yards rushing. They were second worst in the Big 12. Now, the good news is, you're 95th in scoring offense, 23 points per game, but you bring in a really dynamic quarterback from the portal in Toledo's DeQuan Finn. And this is a guy you might have watched him on Tuesday or Wednesday night. But he is a really good quarterback. I don't know with new offensive coordinator Jake Spavital if that's going to be enough to really get that scoring up into the 30s. But Jeff Grimes in that offense last year was pathetic. It's a difficult schedule, too, because you got Utah on the road in Salt Lake, week 2. And then you get a tricky out-of-conference game with Air Force, who's always good.
Yeah, and then Oklahoma State and Kansas are home games. But that Big 12, I mean, tell me the teams in the Big 12. Brandon Marcello said yesterday there's only 2 teams he doesn't think could win the Big 12 championship. He did not name the 2. I assumed it was Arizona State and one other team.
You would normally say
Colorado.
Colorado.
You would normally say Kansas, but you can't say Kansas now. I mean, not with what Lance Leipold's done.
Yeah, when Jalen Daniels coming back. And look, if DeQuan Finn is really good and Spavital does give this offense a boost by about a touchdown and they get into 30 points per game with Aranda and what he's able to do defensively, if the offensive line is much improved, maybe they have, flash in the pan, moment in time where they can recreate those 12 wins that they did 4 years ago. I'm just not seeing it. I think we've got them overrated.
I do too. Nicholas says when Aranda gets fired, could be the next DC with DeBoer in Tuscaloosa if Kane Womack moves on to be a head coach sooner rather than later, which a lot of people expect. So there you are, Baylor, number 34 in our 40 and 40 countdown, voted on by all of you folks out there and us. 94 strong in our preseason rankings this year. 40 and 40 brought to you by our friends at MyBookie.
Yeah, code NEXTROUND when you sign up MyBookie. Play that casino experience right there in the comfort of your own home and all the games. The NBA playoffs tonight, Major League Baseball, bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag, code NEXTROUND to get that sign-on bonus, and make sure you look at their customer loyalty and VIP program while you're there. MyBookie.ag, code NEXTROUND.
By the way, we a lot of people jump on Deion Sanders for negative stuff sometimes. Like to throw the positive out there. Colorado, cumulative GPA on their football team over 3.0 for the first time in school history.
And you know what? For the first time in school history, nobody cares.
They really don't. I mean, I appreciate the guys. The guys go into class, but you know what? People won't. They want to win games.
So there's nothing Dion can do anymore that's going to impress you.
I'm not saying that.
But I mean, you could have given me that stat about Kirby Smart, and I would have said, nobody cares.
You know, Dion, I mean, he was the story of college football last September. And look, I looked at updated portal rankings, the combination of just new faces, signing class and portal guys. And I think Colorado was 8th or 9th on the list. So, they've obviously got talented guys coming in. You've got arguably the second, third best quarterback in football in Shedeur. So he'll have an opportunity. I mean, if Dion goes 6-7 wins, then, the narrative changes.
Boy, Patrick in the chat room with a great question. Higher, Colorado's GPA or their win total?
He had it tied 3-3.
Yeah, I think it's about 3.
Well, but the GPA was 3.24, right? So you take the over.
But what is their win total? Isn't it 3.5?
Yeah. I mean, but which one would you go with? You think they'll get?
I'm going to go under.
You're going.
You had 3 and 9 was what you've been saying, right?
Just put it this way, and you never want to see this, and the chances are low. But if Shedeur was to get hurt early, it would be a disaster.
Yeah. One more NFL note before we get to trash coming up. The show being brought to you today by our friends at Storm Restoration Roofing. Greg from Pell City on a little vacation right now with his family down at the beach. But when he gets back, he'll jump on your roof for a free no-cost roof inspection. He handles all storm problems, storm damage to your roof. It only takes one shingle to get loose, and you got a water entry point at that point. Be happy with your roof. Get a new one, repair storm damage, or just get a free no-cost roof inspection with Storm Restoration Roofing today. 205-542-3531, 542-3531, or Greg from Pell City on Facebook, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. It's Storm Restoration Roofing. The folks at Bleacher Report, Brent Soblaski, gave the starting lineup of the most underrated players in the National Football League.
Okay. So this is basically the most underrated at each position is what this is. All right, go.
I won't hit them all.
All right.
But some of interest. Most underrated defensive lineman in the National Football League.
Oh, I am going to go with...
I looked at you because you should know this one. He's your guy.
Oh, is it Kobe Turner?
It is Kobe Turner.
Okay.
He was a rookie last year.
Yeah, 1 year in from Wake Forest, had 8.5 sacks. He was fantastic. Now, the difference is going to be you're going to be bringing in another rookie in Brandon Fisk to line up beside. He had the ability to play with 99. So you had 2 and 3 guys opening things up for Kobe Turner. So I can't wait to see how good Kobe Turner is this year. I hope he's really good. He was great last year.
Most underrated corner in the National Football League. Now, you have to fall into this category, you can't be getting all the rave reviews, right?
So it's not Trayvon Diggs.
It is not Trayvon Diggs. It is Derek Stingley Jr.
Okay.
With
At
the
LSU?
Texans, I believe, right?
Yeah, and, this is a guy that was so good, freshman year at LSU, and then kind of disappeared.
Yeah. Most underrated safety, Brown, you should get this one right.
Javon Holland?
Javon Holland.
I love Javon Holland. He is a tremendous player. Now, he did not like Vic Fangio and made no bones about it, and the Dolphins have moved on from Vic Fangio.
Right, Vic's a crusty old guy.
Well, apparently he was. The Dolphins have destroyed him since he left there.
Trey McBride's the most underrated tight end with the Arizona Cardinals. Nobody ever sees him play. Forrester should know this one. Most underrated wide receiver in the National Football League, Forrester.
My favorite.
Most underrated wide receiver in the National Football League is who?
Drake London.
Drake London is the correct answer.
I told you guys when he came out in that draft, he was the only go-to guy for USC.
Yeah, you loved him.
You couldn't cover him. He is going to be so good with Kirk Cousins. I'm so happy for Drake London, but well-deserved to be on this list.
Most underrated running back, Jalen Warren of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Most underrated quarterback. Is the only reason I brought this list up.
Should you get it? Is it Baker Mayfield?
I would take Baker Mayfield over this guy.
Oh, really? So they call this guy underrated. You take Baker Mayfield over him?
Most underrated quarterback, I am going to go...
It's a no for me, dog.
It's hard to call a quarterback underrated. It seems like they're either studs or we destroyed them.
I mean, it can't be Jordan Love. It's too... I would say Jared Goff is... He just got paid.
I would say Kirk Cousins, but he just got...
It can't be Joe Burrow. He's I
have no earthly idea.
It's got to be somebody that made me discount this list instantly.
Well, but
don't
again,
tell me it's Justin Herbert.
It's not.
Think about how hard this is to do, though. When you say most underrated quarterback.
Oh, I know who you're going to say.
Who?
You're going to go Geno Smith.
No.
Who is it?
Will Levis.
Well, a lot of people say it's the worst quarterback situation in the NFL.
That means this guy likes him.
Yeah, that's awful.
I mean, he's rated low.
Man, Levis has got a lot of stuff on a lot of people. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Will Levis, most underrated quarterback in the NFL.
How many teams would trade their quarterback for Will Levis?
I just told you I would not.
Maybe the Raiders.
Maybe the Raiders. But remind everyone who the Raiders will be starting this year.
Aiden O'Connell versus Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe the Raiders. With the Broncos right now?
No, because Peyton loves Bo Nix.
Yeah.
With the Colts?
No, Anthony Richardson, not at all. I mean, and Bo Nix not even started a game, and I don't think the Broncos will make the trade.
That from Bleacher Report, Brent Sobleski. There with that. By the way, one more thing. Tell me about him, Bill. I got one more thing here.
205-229-2090. Again, weather's going to touch 90 this weekend where we originate from here in Birmingham, in mid-Alabama, central Alabama, I should say. So make sure that AC unit ready to keep up with this changing weather. 205-229-2090. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. It's our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Hard to stop a train. HempHillServices.com for more information.
I've never made $1 million a year or more than $1 million a year. So I don't understand this. But I know when you make money, there are risks sometimes.
More money, more problems.
You end up investing in more things. You can lose a lot of money. But Antonio Brown has filed for bankruptcy. He owes his creditors over $3 million, and he doesn't have the money to pay.
I think if you watched Antonio's career, this does not come as any surprise.
No, it's not surprise you. And back to that 30 and 30 I brought up on the show, broke. It's recycling right now on Netflix, and I think it was 90-something% of athletes, 6 years after retirement, declare bankruptcy.
But Antonio, something happened.
Yeah. I don't think everything's clicking the way it's supposed to be. Antonio has shown signs that it is. A lot of people go back to that Vontaze Burfict hit, and what year was that in the playoffs? Was that 2016, Lance?
When A.J. McCarron was the starter?
It was before that.
Was it before 16?
So it was the January of 16.
There are those that say... And this is not just speculation. I think people close to Antonio Brown have said this, that he was never the same after that.
Yeah.
Mentally.
Yeah.
He kept playing. Like, that wasn't the end of his career. But, he got destroyed over the middle.
I have a feeling that there will be a documentary about him someday. And we'll find out that he went a little crazy and some people took advantage of him along the way.
Well, I just hope it ends well for Antonio Brown. We talk about men's mental health awareness. And obviously, he's got some issues. It seems like, boy, they're well publicized. They're major blow-ups, and we can laugh about it, but at the core of it, it's really not funny. It's really scary.
And with him, it could have come from his profession. I mean, if you believe that about the Burfict hit, that was as hard a hit. It's probably the hardest hit you'll ever see again because it's illegal now.
Yeah, look, you saw flags. It was
my God, it was illegal
all
then.
over the place. But, the thing is, I think people will forget. Antonio Brown was a top 3 receiver. Him, Odell, and I forgot who the third was. It was always there for maybe it was Larry Fitzgerald, for a good 3 or 4 year span.
But that Steelers, it was he and Dante Stallworth as the Steelers receivers at that time, right?
I don't know if it was Stallworth.
I thought he was still with them at the time. Anyway, it was a good receiving goal.
Yeah.
That was post-Plaxico
Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders. That's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah. So that's sad news, and it goes back to the documentary we've all seen with 30 and 30. You can catch it on Netflix there. When we come back, we'll do trash. Today, this hour brought to you by Champy's Chicken. We've told you about Champy's once. We'll tell you again that it's the best chicken around. It's a destination lunch right there in Alabaster, Alabama. Highway 119, Sterling is cooking it up. Deep-fried chicken, brined overnight. Juicy all the way down to the bone. I like the 2 big breasts and all the sides that come with that. Start off the meal with the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. They're fantastic. Go see them on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Back in a moment.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
You could win a Cadillac CT5 or your share of $25,000 in free play and cash at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Play the latest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can be a winner too. Come win your share during the Cadillac CT5 and $25,000 giveaway at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Drawings April 5th and 6th. Located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older, must be present to win.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 20/200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Hey, you. Summer's here. Time to get hot. And at New Balance Birmingham, that's just what we got. For a summertime vibe, see what's inside. Come together at New Balance Birmingham on Highway 280, right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, we got now.
Every day, someone is ridiculed and mocked for the clothing they chose to wear. It's a harsh reality we all must face. But you have the chance to change all of that with one visit to nextround.store. For just a few minutes of browsing, you will observe so many clothing options, from hats to hoodies to t-shirts. Please, for yourself or someone you love, go to nextround.store and embrace the warmth of true attire.
Back with you on the next round. Always love anytime we bring up Will Levis. We get the banana eating stuff running in the commercial breaks again.
I like that one because it's got the side-by-side with the animals eating things. I like watching the animals more than
I really want to show the DJ Burns when LT makes it back in here. So we'll wait for LT to come in. Tell us about Johnston RV before LT slides back in.
You can find them I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online at johnstonrvcenter.com. Both those lots have been repriced, and they are so confident in the pricing of both those lots, they will beat any price you bring them with a comparable RV, and that is a nationwide guarantee. Listen, they love the United States military the way we do on this show at Johnston RV. You are what makes the United States the greatest nation in the universe, and I will accept no other options on that. And all retired military and active duty get a great discount there at Johnston RV. I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, johnstonrvcenter.com.
If I gave you 6.5 weeks, how much weight could you lose?
30 pounds.
You could lose 30 pounds in 6.5 weeks.
I would not enjoy it, but I think I could.
I could lose 40.
You could lose 40 pounds in 6.5 weeks.
Now, we can't put this to a test. If I lost 30 pounds, I'd look like I was dead.
I would have to get down to, I'm 215 right now.
So am I.
Which, it's not a bad 215, but I want to be back to 200. I was at 195 for like 25 straight years.
Yeah.
But I could get to 175. It would be painful.
Yeah, there's no way I could lose that at 186. I mean, I could tone up.
Why are you asking?
I couldn't lose the weight. I'm asking because remember big DJ Burns?
I do, and I know how he did this.
NC State, take a look at him side by side. He's lost 45 pounds.
How'd he do it, Jim?
45 pounds in 6.5 weeks. How'd he do it, Brown?
Nope. I saw it yesterday.
Oh, hey, do we have our picture, by the way? It's not Ozempic.
I don't have it. No, it is Ozempic. I'm told he did it on Ozempic. That was the report yesterday.
Okay, well, if I asked you Ozempic or not, Dunaway, because I got a new game here for you, enforce your maybe.
No, he said no Ozempic. I'm sorry. No Ozempic.
Yeah,
no Ozempic.
He said he did it naturally.
Yeah.
What I would do
eating and training.
If I was his agent, I would have put him on a treadmill and just had money flashing and just let him chase that money.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, though. Is he a better prospect for the NBA now?
Yeah, because he was quick as a cat with that size. I still think, he's still a big dude. I mean, he's got soft hands. I think he's got some ability. I mean, he is very much like Glenn Davis.
Big baby?
Yeah. Yep, I think he's got that kind of skill set. Like, I don't think he's going to be dominant. I think he'll be like an 8-6 guy in the NBA and probably make $12 million a year. And, if he doesn't gain that weight back. But I want to ask you this. I came across this. You were out, Ozempic or not. Forster's going to show you a celebrity.
Okay. Oh, 100%. I saw him when he was doing this interview. I tell you what, this has happened. This is schedule release night. Well, no, this is Rich Eisen's show, I guess.
It is, yep.
But schedule release night, I saw him do. They called him on ESPN. I'm watching the NFL schedule release.
He looks like somebody put his head in a vice.
Yeah, I mean, tell me his age. Is he 65?
No.
Oh, Joe Buck's not that old.
Joe Buck, I would say, is 57.
Joe Buck is 55.
55, okay.
Now, are we certain he's not sick before we do this? Because he looks sick. I think Joe was that overweight.
No, but
he may be sick. I don't know, which would suck. If
boy, he's so good at what he does, but he tries so hard in these interviews to be funny.
The sunken face is the telltale sign.
Yeah, we're gonna pop these up occasionally and just let you tell me whether or not.
So you say Ozempic on Joe Buck?
I don't even know about Ozempic face until Dunaway brought it
No,
up.
I'm asking Dunaway.
That is Ozempic.
Is that Ozempic
face?
Yeah, that's the way it looks to me, unless he's got cancer.
Well, God, I hope not, Joe.
No,
you're the one that brought it up.
Well, I said I hope he's not sick. I mean, I do hope he's not sick.
Well, I do too. For the record, I do too.
Yeah, like you could see somebody going through a divorce or something traumatic.
Well, he's not. He married someone 30 years younger than him.
I know.
Oh, I don't think she's 30 years younger.
She's
than
not 30 years.
Check the facts.
What's her name? Michelle Biesner?
Well, I guess she could be. I mean, that would put her at 24.
No, she's in her
25?
30s now. She's at least 20 years younger than him.
No, Aikman's the one that's got one 30 years younger, right?
Not a wife, though. I don't think they got married.
I don't know.
Yeah. Troy is good at that.
Michelle Biesner Buck is 47 years old.
Ooh,
I mean, credit
wow.
to her that you guys thought she might have.
I've never even seen
She's
her.
8 years younger than him.
Let's see that picture.
I've never seen her. I saw Troy's.
She's on Monday Night Countdown. She's an ESPN reporter.
Wait, what's her name?
Michelle Biesner Buck.
I thought there was a big difference in age between them, but there's not.
No.
Well, I mean, he looks rough as a corn cob.
She does Monday Night Countdown.
Yeah. All right. Show being brought to you by Champies, also by Mortgage Right. It is time for trash. Hit the big button there, Tyler. Or not yet. It's fine. Shipping going out behind Tyler there. Is Tyler getting the show today?
After the break, we're going to
My bad,
interview
Tyler.
Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. But he's gay. He's blind.
LT's Trash is presented by Mortgage Right. Mortgages done the right way.
A couple of things real quick. It is buying season. Our friends at Mortgage Right here to help. They were veteran founded here in Birmingham, offering loans throughout the country. While the area they serve may have grown, their commitment to Birmingham and veterans has not changed. Before you take your next steps on a new home purchase or refinance, talk with the team at Mortgage Right. No cost or obligation to find out what you qualify for. Call the Highway 280 office, 205-900-7200. Go online. You can apply right there, mortgageright.com. NMLS 2239, equal housing lender. First, our buddy Todd Coder is here, and he has brought some of his decoders that we had at the festival.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Can we have one right now?
Oh, yeah. He's got ice, everything. He's got cups. Everything's ready. They are here. So we were going to have cocktails here for...
Ozempic face, too.
She looks 10 years younger. She doesn't look 30 years younger. I've never seen her before.
That was the way I saw her.
She looks 15 years younger there.
Yeah.
But now with his new face, maybe a little bit younger than that. Our friend Taylor Corn I forgot what employee number she is.
She is, what is Taylor, 11?
She's 10. I'm 11.
10. You're 11, Tyler.
So I get a random text from her. What's your thought on Jake Paul, Mike Tyson?
Right.
So you know she's in some pub right now.
Yeah,
and they're talking
arguing about Jake Paul
boxing.
and Mike Tyson.
Yeah, with some dudes in Ireland.
Right.
And so I told her my thoughts, and she's like, well, what about the glove weight? So she's deep in conversation. I was like, please lay out exactly where you are, what the pub is, what city you're in, who you're with, and what you're drinking. So we'll get an update on that in just a second.
Yeah.
There are the coders.
They had a big altercation in the news conference. So staged. It was so staged. Did you see that?
I think those always
a lot
are.
of that is.
It was staged. It was a question from a reporter, and they basically started yelling at the reporter. The reporter's question was a staged question.
Yeah, that's the only problem with this. I know it's not technically an exhibition fight, but it technically is with 16-ounce gloves. I don't know. Do we need to get ice, Coder? Okay, we got to get ice. I'll get on that right after trash. So we got a drunk monkey. Reportedly went on a wild revenge spree, bit 5 people after becoming jealous of his owner's partner.
I want the decoder for trash. Why don't we just wrap up this segment? And then make the last segment trash with ice.
Fine. I will tell you, we have a lot of monkeys in trash now. I don't know if you've known this.
Today or just overall?
Just overall.
It's a monkey problem. My friend Hughes, the Orr family's over in, I forget what country they are, and they were by some ocean front. I think they're in Spain maybe. And he had a picture with a monkey on his shoulder yesterday on his gram.
Yeah.
And I was like, that thing.
It's weird. Like, our friend is in Bali right now. Been over there for 3 weeks. Remember, I got a dog. It's not mine. I'm ready for her ass to get home. But that
She's
monkey,
been there 3 weeks.
Yeah, and they've got a house, and they've got monkeys like swimming in the pool and stuff.
They just look dirty to me.
In Bali, they got
They're
monkeys
filthy.
swimming in a pool?
I mean, really, would you swim in a pool with monkeys?
No.
I'd rather swim in your pee than swim with the monkeys.
Yeah, I would not want to swim in a pool with a
weird
monkey.
choice
and,
that you-
And I mean, you guys have seen Outbreak, right?
I have seen Outbreak. Dustin
monkey
Hoffman.
spitting in somebody's eye.
That's right. Dustin Hoffman saved everybody.
He did.
Pacers and Celtics tonight, 7 o'clock ESPN. We will get the cocktail of choice. It's my summer cocktail.
The decoder.
It's
decoder. So good.
Well, I crave them now.
It's got a little pineapple in it, doesn't it? Yeah. The pineapple is what really jumps, and it hits really the right way for the summer.
Has Coder lost weight since last time we saw him?
You do have a little zip.
He actually, he puts in the work. He's an iron triber, so he does the torturous training.
All right. Tell us about New York Butcher Shop,
Okay.
and then we'll come back and reset trash once we get ice.
Yeah, absolutely. The New York Butcher Shop. Want to remind you, you've still got.
I'm doing this because I am
Today-
bachelor this weekend.
Well, which one do you want to do? The ribs or
the butt. I want to do the butt.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you do.
Hold on.
So which one do you like more, the 2 breast or the butt?
I like them both.
Okay.
In my America, you don't have to choose.
So the hickory smoked Boston butt, only $39.99 fully cooked.
They're giving it away.
They're giving it away. It will fall off the bone. Jim and those guys do such an incredible job. The New York Butcher Shop. Reservations suggested. Really need to. You can call, see if you can push him till tomorrow. Really need to get this done today if you can. 2 locations. The original in Cabo Heights, 205 and 970-7300, or Greystone, 205-703-8825. But you can do the hickory smoked Boston butts for only $39.99. Slab of spare ribs, $28.99. Slab of baby backs, $29.99. They're doing it all for Memorial Day. Get into one of those 2 locations. Call, reserve them today. It's the New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well done service.
Rare quality, well done service. Great wine selection as well. When we come back, we'll wrap up with trash and some other thoughts and have our cocktail of summer. It's next on TNR.
Follow Rockstar on Twitter @RockstarBHM.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
There is no better place to watch your favorite sporting events and enjoy great food than one of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons. The TVs are everywhere with your favorite sports, and the menu is second to none. From the great appetizers like the waffle cheese fries to the Avery Island salad, handhelds like the all-new chicken bomber, bistro specialties with a special taste of the Bayou, the amazing hand-patty burgers, the great po' boys, and the specialty drinks. Visit any of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons: Greystone, Stadium Trace and Hoover, and the brand new location in Trussville.
The wait is over. Tonali has arrived. Beautifully distinctive Italian styling and performance. Come test drive the all-new 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonali plug-in hybrid at Alfa Romeo of Birmingham. The all-new Tonali offers best-in-class horsepower and torque, fastest 0 to 60 times in its class, plus best-in-class range with full electric charge. And best of all, qualified Tonali leasees are eligible for up to $7,500 EV tax credit factored into your lease. Hurry down to Alfa Romeo of Birmingham and experience the all-new Tonali.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Maybe you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, or TikTok. While we're changing the game yet again, Tyler's Telegrams has been developed exclusively for you.
Hi, this is the lovable boy you know as Tyler the Intern. I'm a businessman now. I will come directly to your door and tell you every time a new piece of TNR content drops. For the low, low price of $740,000, you can be notified by me, one of the biggest stars of the Next Round, about that thing you missed. Sure, the rest of those social media services are free, but so is radio, and we all know how well that's trending.
Tyler's Telegrams is currently operating exclusively in Bibb County. Other social media platforms are available everywhere.
See, it's a family tradition. I used to basically give his grandmother.
Hey, no, I'll split.
drinks.
You go. I got it. We're good. So, Hallmark
people about this
Construction
drink. Yeah.
next door. They've got the really good ice. So go over there. Told Reed, I was like, we need to get one of these ice makers. He's like, that thing's pricey. But boy, we could use it.
On the desk, how many times do you or Ryan say something to Reed and Reed has to answer? That thing's pricey.
Well, I mean, like if it was like $1,000 for an ice maker, I think you recoup that pretty quick, right?
How we gonna recoup that?
Well, just an enjoyment. Okay, so
I mean,
Todd
the last
Coder-
time I said I wanted this whole back wall to be a video screen.
Well,
Reed, can we get that? And he's like,
that's a little more than
an
an
ice
ice
maker.
He was like, that's pricey.
It is pricey.
Yeah, and if you're about the 12, truly, all 12 could use this ice, right?
That's right.
Okay, so Todd Coder, Codar Productions, one of the great promoters, been doing it for years and years and years. Had us at Miramar Beach. Great. We don't want to call it a festival. What do we call it? An
Getaway.
experience?
It's music getaway.
Music vacation. What is in the decoder?
Tito's, Malibu, orange juice, cranberry, and pineapple.
It's fantastic.
It is.
Yeah. And
It is for me.
I mean, this is a great pool. And if you guys want the ingredients, we can give that. We can give the recipe out.
I think we just did.
Yeah.
All you need to do is rewind.
You can go back anytime and watch it.
Saying,
Show 710.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember, show 710 has the decoder recipe in it at 11:45.
Okay,
we're doing trash. Brought to you by Mortgage Right. Do it.
So let me go back. So we have this drunk monkey that Tyler pulled up for us here. Garrick is his name. He's from a village in Russia. I didn't realize they were indigenous to Russia.
Oh, I didn't either.
He escaped from his owner, Anna, on Friday after her husband let him out of the cage. I think this was purposely done, by the way. Now, the monkey reportedly grabbed an open bottle of whiskey, which he sipped from, then ran outside and started his wild rampage. Escaped monkey sunk his teeth into 5 different people, including
yikes.
pregnant woman and a local journalist who was bit on the lip and had stitches. Can you imagine a monkey biting you on the lip?
I cannot. I don't know how you get close enough it bites you on the lip.
Now, a Russian news
It
channel
chases you down.
I guess so. It gets
reported
in my face.
that Garrick there worked up an appetite, picked up tulips to eat the buds, enjoyed an apple, even polished off a few cookies. Drunken monkey was so strong that 3 men had to restrain him after he was lured in with sugar cookies. Now, all of Garrick's victims have since received rabies injections. I heard the needle is awful. He is now at the Python Zoo Center where he will stay since his owner can no longer control him. Garrick's bad behavior reportedly started 2 years ago when his owner, Anna, got married. Then he became jealous and exhibited aggressive behavior. Would you not say that her husband purposely let this monkey out?
Yeah, but if we had a dog that was on a rampage and bit 3 people, how long would that dog?
You got to put the dog down.
I mean, why are we keeping this monkey
Gotta put him down.
alive? This monkey knows the taste of human blood now.
That's
I'm
right.
sorry.
Once you've tasted blood, you never go back, dude.
That's right.
Yep.
Are you guys fans of Cheez-Its?
Yeah, but you know what? My little one really likes the Cheez-It white cheddar grooves, and those are the best ones to me.
The puffs are pretty good.
I'll tell you what killed Cheez-It for me is the commercial. I'm the cheesiest,
Oh
coach.
boy, but they played it for like 5 straight football seasons
cheese?
now. No, the one in the locker room.
Yeah, where they're all screaming, I'm the cheesiest coach.
Yeah.
I like the Wheel of Cheese one. You're
no.
not ready yet.
Cheez-It, don't know if this is going to work out, is opening the new Cheez-It Diner. Well, it's only for 1 week. Is the ultimate destination for Cheez-It superfans. Located just 2 hours out of New York City. It is in the iconic town of Woodstock. Now, here are some items from the menu. These actually sound pretty good. The extra cheeseburger. It's a pimento Cheez-It smash burger topped with fresh lettuce, pickles, and extra big Cheez-It cracker. I could eat that.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'd give it a run.
The big grilled cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Cracker coated Texas toast. I don't like the Texas toast. Sandwiching cheesy pimento goodness surrounded by a crunchy Cheez-It cracker crust. The cheesy chicken tendies. Juicy chicken tenders blended in original Cheez-It crackers spiced up with hot and spicy seasoning served with a side of hot honey or Hidden Valley cheesy ranch for dipping.
I like hot
That's
honey.
a little tea right there now.
The mac and Cheez-It pasta baked in creamy white cheddar Cheez-It cracker sauce, topped with crunchy white cheddar Cheez-It cracker crumbles. And finally, the Cheez-It fries. Crispy fries tossed in ground Cheez-It crackers. Choose from original white cheddar or hot and spicy seasoning, and then loaded up with a melted pimento.
Grady, you and your brother, would you rather have grilled cheese or chicken tenders?
Okay, it's a split.
It's a split, which is always great when you're cooking. Your mom, one likes grilled cheese, one likes chicken tenders.
Grilled cheese is
works.
pretty easy to cook, though. So
I like a good grilled
That's
cheese.
why you'll find the Coders and Odies. It's just simple.
I'll tell
Kids
you,
can go any direction they want.
Maggie cooks she doesn't cook a lot, but when she cooks a good grilled cheese, she puts different kinds of cheeses in her grilled cheese.
I told you the Munster with the different jams, raspberry jam.
She may do that. She doesn't put the jams on there, but she may do
peach
the
jam.
Munster.
So good.
We got a lot of jams in the house.
Now, in an attempt to hide from police, a wanted Florida man has somewhat folded himself into a small front-loading dryer. David Jackson, 31 years old.
I used to
see
do this
right
in the mud
there,
puddle.
was being sought by cops on felony assault and weapons charges when investigators received a tip that Jackson was inside of a Pensacola home. During a search Friday of the residence, deputies discovered Jackson inside of the laundry room, inside of a, quote, remarkably small dryer drum. He was wearing that purple Star Wars t-shirt that you see there. He was pulled from the appliance and arrested.
Before video games and cell phones, and before I knew what girls were or cared, I pretended that was a spaceship and would crawl into our dryer. And
Well, this is when you wanted to be an astronaut, right?
Yeah, and I would sit there and talk to mission control on my walkie-talkie. Of course, I had no friends, so I had the other walkie-talkie in there with me, so I could hear myself talk on the walkie-talkie.
Just give us a little of the conversation.
Things are not going well up here right now.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
The food sucks, Missing Control.
Of course, his spaceship had issues.
It was always a disaster. You had to save the day.
Yeah.
You had to save
Your
the
whole
day.
life was Apollo 13.
Okay, where are you guys on inheritance?
I haven't gotten any yet.
I'm for it.
I've not gotten mine yet.
I'm for it too. Look, I'm never going to get any, but I don't think you're entitled to it. And I'm going to give you guys the story, and you guys tell me how you feel. So Frederick Ward Sr. died in 2020. All but cut out his dead son Fred Jr.'s 5 adult children from his $600,000 will because he was, quote, upset that they didn't visit him often enough during his later years.
I don't agree with that.
The 5 granddaughters, Carol Going, Angela St. Marcel, Amanda Higginbotham, Christine Ward, and Janet Pett were each handed $65 in an envelope. So they turned around and sued, claiming they deserved their late dad's 1/3 share of the will. But their case was thrown out by Judge Master James Brightwell, who said it was, quote, entirely rational for the disappointed granddad to cut his grandchildren out due to their very limited contact with him. I agree. Why is he obligated to give his grandkids money when they're not seeing him?
Why are you going to hold it over them to get your inheritance? You got to come see me.
Well, he didn't hold it over.
But it's his money. He can do whatever he wants.
He didn't tell them you got to come see me. They would have. That's the sad thing. They would have shown up if they would have known that's the only way they were going to get it. Because they didn't show up, he decided, you know what, to hell with them. I got no problem with this.
I don't like it.
So your grandkids that would just use you for your money and not come see you, you're still going to give them money.
You're writing a lot into that story that they're going to use him for his money.
That's true. Yeah,
he's gone now, and they don't want the money to go to the state.
Well, they're suing it. So now, following the new hearing, 5 grandchildren have been left with a $250,000 plus bill to cover their aunt and uncle's cost of defending the claim against them, as well as their lawyers' bills. They shouldn't have filed suit.
So the aunt and the uncle got all the money.
Yeah.
As long as it wasn't going to the state.
Finally, we've got a fire breather has been treated in a hospital in Mexico after being attacked by a mariachi band and fighting back by setting several of them on fire. This is not a good story, probably not one for the kids. It does remind me of Las Excelences.
So you have a fire breather who is doing street tricks, and then a mariachi band comes up. Female had to be involved here at some point, and alcohol.
Security camera footage of the bizarre fight shows one of the mariachis chasing the fire breather, placing him in a headlock before punching him multiple times as traffic on a busy street stops. Fire breather is then seen on the pavement as 5 of the band kick and punch him in front of a taco restaurant named, ironically, El Inferno.
Ooh,
the tables are turned as the man starts throwing fire at the musicians. Now, the mariachis, most dressed in traditional white shirts and black trousers, some carrying guitars, are seen running away, several of them in flames.
Well, I mean, it's his only way of defending himself. I don't know why they were attacking him.
Depending on the circumstances, if he's about to get beaten, within an inch of his life, if he wants to set him afire, I guess he can.
If I'm a fire breather, that's going to be the way I go to defend myself at that point.
I don't think I would.
With fire?
Would you attack a fire breather?
No.
But I'm not going to defend the fire breather here at this point because I don't know what he did. He may have stolen one of the mariachi band's girlfriends if they have
I'll tell you, the dude closest to us down low with the black trousers with whatever's red in his hand, he's got some bad form.
Yeah, he's not going to throw that very well. Like a seat cushion or something. That's Trash Today, brought to you by Mortgage Right.
Hey, if you're looking for a new home, our friends at Mortgage Right here to help. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned home buying veteran, their great service and low rates make the process easy. Whether you have a big down payment or need 100% financing, whether you're looking for your final home or first home, Mortgage Right, one-stop shop for all mortgages. Visit them online, mortgageright.com. Call 205-900-7200.
Yes, ma'am. Do you guys want to watch the Scotty Sheffler video? I can send it to Tyler.
Yeah, send it to Tyler.
Where are you logged in, Tyler? Which email do I need to send it to? Yours?
Send it to Rockstars.
Okay, it's on the way.
Okay,
this is going to be a tweet, and there's a YouTube link in the tweet you're going to need to open up.
Any language warnings for the kids who may be listening?
They won't hear it on this.
No, I was for those outside of the studio.
Oh, no. I'm saying I don't think there's any sound with it. It's security camera.
Okay.
I mean, I would think Sheffler's doing good gracious and
my golly almighty.
Yeah, I don't think he is a sailor, so to speak.
So it's on the way, Tyler, and he'll pull it up. I think when you watch this video,
who are we going to side with?
Well, what you're going to see, first of all, as you said, Jim, they held a press conference to say the arresting officer had been disciplined because he did not have on his body cam. That's number one.
Yeah, did not follow protocol.
He did not follow protocol. So that's number one. Number two, they have said all along there's really no good footage of it, and what we have now found is there is footage from across the street. Go to the other one, Tyler. You pick the go to that bottom one. No. Scroll back up. There you go, right there. All right, so what you're going to see in this video, if you're watching us, and I'll narrate it for those that are not, this is the fenced area there is the entrance to Valhalla. Go ahead and hit play, Tyler. Yeah, I don't think there's any sandwich.
Man, there's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on there. As Scotty Sheffler said, a chaotic scene, and I think you see that this is a chaotic scene, right?
Yeah, but somewhere up there is someone who's dead and been hit.
No, well, way on up the road, not at the entrance.
Right.
Not at the entrance. So you're going to see Scotty Sheffler turn in at the entrance, and you're going to see an officer run to his car. And that is the arresting officer who said he was dragged, had to be taken to the hospital, and said he damaged his $80 pants. There's Sheffler turning in. Now you're going to see an officer run up to his window.
Trying to stop him,
and that's the arresting officer. From there, Scotty Sheffler does not move the vehicle. The vehicle stops. He is dragged out of the vehicle and arrested.
Wow. Yeah,
it doesn't seem like the stories match to me.
This could have been handled a lot differently.
But did he drag him before that? He tried to stop him, drag him before that.
That's what I'm going to guess will be discussed in a court of law at some point, because Louisville says they are not dropping the charges, and Scotty Sheffler's attorney says we aren't settling. They'll either drop the charges or we'll go to court, one of the two.
Guess what? You can tell those buses are loaded with people, and I would think you've got nothing to do while sitting to get into Valhalla, so they're probably all attention focused on whatever's going on. So there's going to be plenty of eyewitnesses.
And there's a car. There's actually Bob Wachuzin. You guys know who Bob is, right?
That's right, yeah.
ESPN. He did an interview with one of the golf publications because he was in the car with Jeff Darlington. And they saw all this unfold. And he said, I saw the officer trip. I did not see him get dragged by a car. Like, there's eyewitnesses that back up Sheffler's story. And this video seems to. Now, what you cannot see.
Did he trip running along beside the car trying to stop Sheffler?
Well, but even if he did, his story has always been Sheffler drug him with his car. I mean, that's a different story if I tripped over a median or if Sheffler drugged me with my car.
Listen, I'm not defending. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Well, if I'm trying to, as a law officer, stop you, and you're not stopping, and I trip while I'm trying to stop you, then technically I tripped only trying to stop you.
All I would say is I'd much rather be Scheffler's attorney today than the prosecuting attorney today.
I just can't believe this hasn't been dropped.
I really can't either.
Just out of the embarrassment for everything going on.
I can't believe it happened to begin with.
I can't either.
I would just sit there. If the officer said don't move, I would just sit there until he told me to move.
Well, the more amazing thing, okay, so you got the one officer that was obviously really ticked off, but look at the collection of officers up there with Scheffler's car. How can one not be a voice of reason saying, this is the number one player in the world?
Yeah. He's got his credentials. He's in a marked car.
He might have made a mistake here. We can cite him, give him a citation. You go on, you go play your round. I mean, they made a huge deal out of nothing, it looks to me.
This is from the city of Louisville.
I just don't do their job, though, so I don't want to say that because they all the time, you don't know what's in a car or anything like that.
Let me ask you this. Did you see anything in this video?
No, not in this video.
That would require anything more than even a warning.
No.
And he got arrested for this.
No, and Scotty Sheffler, we know, is a great human being and all of that. I'm just saying it's a bad situation, it was a bad look, but there's a lot going on there, and this guy may not know that there's courtesy cars and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look, this is a tough job. I'm not denying this. Somebody could be pulling in with a bomb, and you've got to be extra careful, and you've got to be attentive and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying with that many people, there is no way collection of 8 to 10 guys, none of those guys knew who Scotty Sheffler was.
By the way, he had his identification. I mean,
it just seems like common sense would win out in this situation.
And Todd does a lot of events, so he knows this. If I am a person of authority and I tell you, stop, we're working on doing something here. I know you got places to be, but stop, we got to do something here. And you drive through me telling you to stop.
What if a police officer's told me you turn in right there, and I'm turning in? I think you're a security guard. I've already been told by
but
Louisville
this is
police.
the headliner of Bonnaroo, basically. You're going to let that guy in.
Still, I'm telling you to stop. We're working to get you in. We're going to get you in.
Yeah.
It's raining and dark right now. We're going to get you in.
I'll tell you what Louisville needs to be working is to drop these charges before they look even worse than they already do.
Yeah. All right. That's the end of the show today. Thanks for being with us. 9 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. And we'll be back with you live. Don't forget, a live new Pennant Gray starts in here in about 5 minutes over on Disrupt the Media. You can get that there or here on the Next Round YouTube channel. Find the button at the bottom to go to Disrupt the Media. And then the Meltdown at 2 o'clock today. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.